Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Good to see you all. I'm on my new laptop again. I want to see if it fails. It may fail again. If it fails again, it's going back. It's making a bit of a noise. Right then, hello. Just going to get into the live chat on my phone. We've got 201 watching. Welcome, everybody. I've not been live for a couple of days. Guys, last night, I'm so sorry. I've been live every night. I've been researching. I've been putting videos out. I've been going out with my son and my friends and obviously homeschooling. And it's just got on top of me. And last night, it just got too much. I needed a night off. I don't want to be on for longer than 2 hours if I can help it tonight because it is getting late. But I will be on again over the weekend. But I think what we're going to do tonight, we're going to go through some of what's been happening in the last 2 days because there's been so much. And then I want to take up your calls. Now, usually on a Friday night, we do a Friday night phone in. And the last 2 weeks, we've been doing it over on the Curious Bunny and we've been doing a paranormal phone in. So this week, we're going back to this channel. We're doing a Friday night phone in, but we are going to be focusing on Phillip Schofield tonight, though you can still call in about anything. But because this is what I'm going to be covering, I think most people are going to want to call in about that. So if you've got something to say, when we finish going through everything, I'll put the link in and you can come on up. Can I have a can of pop, please? Thank you. Right then, hello and welcome to the live stream. I'm not going to do all the individual hellos because there's so many people in, and some people watch it on the replay and they only want to find out what's going on. Thank you. So there's also going to be a lot of people streaming tonight, so there probably won't be as many people in anyway. But whoever is here, I want to say a big thank you for joining the live stream. I really appreciate you. You could be anywhere and you're not, you're here. So I'm grateful for that. So thank you to all of our members. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Jimmy Joe. How kind. We've got a super duper chat. Thank you so much. That's so kind. That goes to the bunnies. Thank you to those of you who joined me about an hour ago. We was out in the garden and I know a lot of you were joining me there. Thank you so much. We had the bunnies out. We had Jack was on the trampoline. The live is up. I was going to make it members only, but it's still there. So if you want to go and watch it, we did a bunny bond in the garden and it was lovely outside. So it's still there. If you want to go and watch it after, I'm going to leave it available for everybody. Thank you to our moderators who are here. Thank you to Jane and Kate and Julie and Millie and all of our members. Thank you so much. Thank you, moderators, and thank you to all of you, new, old. We hit 13k today, which is just unbelievable. Hello, Mia, another member, Anglo-Saxon. Hello, my friend. Hello, everybody. Hello, Gail. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed that. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to go briefly through the Kerikatona. Oh, thank you, Rupert the Bear. Rupert Bear is what I call my bunny. Kate is here, another member. Thank you so much. Yes, your tofu twin. Hello, everybody. I know, Hayley, Pumpkin did get violated. Oh, my goodness. It was, Jane, do you want to put subscribers only mode on, but no minimum? So I'll do it, sweetheart. I'll do it now quickly. Why people are coming in. Go and put the kettle on. Go and hello, Glenn. Go and put the kettle on. Go and get your cup of tea or your drink or your booze or whatever. Hello, Dee Dee. How you doing? Whatever you want to do, go and grab it now. Hello, Mike. I've not seen you for a while. You okay? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Right, let me just grab this now. Hang on. Sorry, I'm just going to get into the live show on my phone. There we go. Sunshine's got her tea already. So if you want to take part in the live stream, you do have to subscribe, which is free. There is no minimum subscribe time. And what that does, it means that the bots can't comment. So you get bots coming in and bots don't subscribe. So you don't have to have a minimum subscription time. You just have to subscribe, okay? Right then. So for those of you that may have missed the Kerikatona, I'm not going to play it all because there's so much to get through, but we're just going to whiz through it now. And then I want to get your thoughts on this. As I say, there's so much going on. I also want to get at some point a poll out if people want me to continue with this. I think that needs to be done, because the overwhelming majority of people have said to me, Penny, please, we like your research. We want it out. You know, we want to see it and stuff. There's been about, I'd say, around 4 or 5 negative Nellies in the last sort of day. And there's definitely more. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee, love. Not going on camera tonight, though. No. I don't, honestly, I just don't feel up to it tonight at all. I've just had such a busy day and I just got stuff to do and I just want to chill my pajamas. Okay, so I just want to add as well. Oh, thank you, Anglo-Saxon. How kind. Anglo-Saxon, my Anglo-Saxon brother from another mother. Thank you so much, buddy. I love you to bits, mate, me bro. Thank you, mate. Thank you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to be putting out. Hello, Justin. I'm going to be putting out a poll on my community tab later on, before I continue with my research. Now, there are majority people are very supportive, but there's been a few negative Nellies. Now, I don't like to dwell on negative people, but if that is the consensus of the channel, we didn't go, Nikki, we're going tomorrow. If that is the consensus of the channel, that they don't want me to keep researching, then I will stop. Now, I'm guided by you guys, right? I've always said this. This is not my channel. This is our channel. We're all part of this. And if you guys say, right, Pen, we've had enough, we want you to stop now and focus on something else or whatever, then I'll do that. But if you guys overwhelmingly want me to continue digging, because so far, I'm about halfway there through the research on the Two-Faced Theatre Company, and there's a load more to do. So I'm happy to keep going, but there's a few negative Nellies. So I'm going to put a poll out and I'm going to ask you what you think. Okay. Let you decide. I'll be decided by you. But if you guys say, you know, if you vote for me overwhelmingly to stop, I'll stop. All right. Right then. So this was Kerry Katona's interview. Again, I'm not going to play it all. This is used under fair use. Thank you, everyone coming in. I can't say individually, but trust me, I'm seeing all these comments and I think you guys are amazing. Nikki's here, Punch the Narrative, and more moderators coming in, some new people coming in. Alex Belfield is in trouble again. I am going to do my best to get a video out on Alex Belfield over the weekend as well. Hello, Nikki. Nikki, I've not seen you for ages, darling. How you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Do you know what? I agree. And I got really, really shouted at for that as well. I can't win, guys. You see? Now, I try and get my truth out, and then I get called a conspiracy theorist. Look, I'm a conspiracy realist. What's the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth? About 6 to 12 months, okay? Just saying. Right then, let's watch a little bit of this. And this, hello everybody, Claire, everybody, welcome in. So this was Kerry Katona talking to Dan Wootton. And first of all, for those of you who haven't seen, hello Jane's here, hello darling. El Paso, please don't be rude, okay? Please do not be rude. For those of you, Jane, thank you for being here. For Angel, for those of you who haven't seen this, we're going to see how Phillip Schofield treated Kerry Katona at the beginning now, okay? And please don't be rude, folks, okay? I've not done all my hellos, but I am going to be saying hello to, a general hello and an update. So, live streams are different. Thank you so much, Kev. Live streams are interactive. They're not like a video. Thank you so much, Kev. That's so kind. Okay.
Eamon Holmes sensationally exposed the disturbing truth about Phillip Schofield's behaviour behind the scenes at ITV this week. There are plenty of on-screen moments that also reveal the disgrace this morning presenter's true colours. One of his most infamous interviews involved ITV daytime star and former guest presenter of This Morning, Kerry Katona. who said she was left feeling suicidal after Phil grilled her for slurring her words while she was on bipolar medication. Watch.
Your speech is a bit slurred. I mean, how are you feeling
Is
now?
it?
It is a bit.
That's why, because I'm on medication at night time.
I am merely pointing out what everybody watching. Our phone has already gone in the gallery from people up in ITV who've said, "Is she okay?"
Yes, I'm absolutely
I'm only all we're
Sorry.
doing
Oh,
is.
so I thought you were trying to imply that I was an alcoholic now.
No.
Oh,
we
right,
wouldn't
okay,
imply,
sorry.
we wouldn't imply anything at all.
Oh, right.
All we're
Fern.
merely pointing out and doing is, I think, the concern of someone who's very, very different to the person we knew a few years ago. Now, if it is, as you say, oh no, you are, Kerry, big difference.
You knob.
Now, following that nasty on-air clash, Kerry became Schofield's most public critic and arch nemesis, even accusing him of bullying for the way he treated her on the This Morning sofa. But the pair did patch up their personal differences, and tonight Kerry wants to speak out about her own experience of ITV Daytime's toxic culture, having appeared regularly on the channel for 2 decades, most recently as a panellist on Loose Women. So, Kerry Katona, great to speak to you. I know it's really difficult.
Just for the people that don't know who Kerry Katona is, she has suffered with drug addiction throughout the years, but she was on heavy. Hello, Steve. She was on heavy bipolar medication at that point, which it can make you slur your words. And he literally treated her like she was some drunken druggie, and it was his arrogance. So I do have to pause because this is not my content. I have credited GB News. I've put the link in. This is not my content. I'm using it under fair use and I'm giving commentary. So here we go. But I do have to pause it. We're not watching the whole thing. We're going to watch a bit of it. Okay. Kerry, there is language as well. Warning, there is bad language in this. Okay.
Difficult for you to watch that moment with Philip on the sofa. It still impacts you emotionally today, doesn't it?
Massively. First of all, I just want to say I'm not here to jump on the bandwagon and pull Phillip Schofield down. We actually did kiss and make up, and when he came out as gay, I sent him a text saying, very brave, and he did reply to me. So I don't want to be a two-faced person and say, I have moved on from that. What I'm here to say is the culture at ITV and the toxicity and the aftercare is so lack of that I was left suicidal. No one reached out to me whatsoever. It was so disgusting. And I also want to talk about the likes of Caroline Flack on ITV2 on Love Island. She had an argument with her boyfriend and they asked her to step down like that. I get really angry and really annoyed, and I don't understand why Philip was still sat on that sofa for 3 years and ITV knew about it and Caroline took her own life. That really gets to me, and that needs to be really shouted about and voiced, because I don't understand that. I don't get that. Is it because she's a woman? Is it because I'm a woman? I don't know. Is it because of the branding deal? Is it because he's making too much money? And then I think the audacity, being condescending, belittling to people with real issues on the sofa. Who are they to give him the right for an opinion?
Why did she forgive him? Does anybody know why she forgave him? Because I don't think he should have been forgiven. I think she should have stuck to her guns. She was probably advised, it's a can of pop, it's not non-alcoholic. She's probably been advised by her people to accept the apology. Okay, we're going to watch a little bit more. And then I want to get on to Philip's interview that apparently has been released now. Gosh, okay, here we go.
And tell them what's right or wrong. I'm shaking. It's people don't understand what that interview did to me emotionally.
No, I understand that. And the problem is, Kerry, they have held themselves up as a paragon of virtue in certain circumstances, but it feels like they have real double standards when it comes to how they dealt with this Phillip Schofield inquiry. Now, I know, Kerry, you were actually a regular panellist on Loose Women at the time when this young runner was actually working at ITV Daytime, weren't you?
Yeah.
Did you know about what was going on?
Yeah, met him. I actually didn't know. There was always rumours and things like that about Philip. But the thing is as well, I also know his wife, Steph, and I've met his 2 girls. And for me, my heart breaks for his wife. I know what it's like to be publicly humiliated by being cheated on. So my heart and, my sympathy goes out to his wife. It really, really does. And I don't want to backstab her or anything like that. But yeah, I met the young runner several times. Lovely lad. And again, where's aftercare for him? When I did that interview, I was at rock bottom. Dan, you thought I'd murdered somebody. You'd actually thought I'd gone and murdered a kid or something like that. When I got home after that interview, it was like a crime scene. There was reporters, camera crews, paparazzi. ITV never once reached out to me and said to me, Kerry, can we help you in any way?
Can I just say something as well, just to stop her there? I have been contacted, and I'm not going to release much information at the moment because I am trying to get hold of this person to get an interview. I have had a Jeremy Kyle previous someone who's been on Jeremy Kyle, okay, has been in contact with me because I actually, and they got in contact with me to say that not everybody on Jeremy Kyle got paid. She didn't get paid. She got a hotel room for the night in Manchester and whatnot, but they didn't get paid. And I said jokingly that most people on Jeremy Kyle don't have any teeth. Okay, it was banter, and she was not arguing. She said, I totally get where you're coming from, but there was some genuine people who went on Jeremy Kyle and would say that they weren't like, some of the people that go on Jerry Springer, for example, that, majority of them didn't have any teeth. But anyway, she went on there because I don't want to go into too much detail. I'm hoping to get an interview with her. What happened there almost ruined her life, and it did ruin another guest's life. And she has a story to tell about ITV and how they treated her. And it seems that this is not just ITV this morning. This isn't just like that crew. It's the entire toxicity at ITV. So the Jeremy Kyle crew as well. What she told me had me in tears what happened to her. And worse so, the other person. So let me know if you guys would be interested if I can get this lady on to give her view. I've told her it will be anonymous. And I said, I'd love to get your view across because I didn't realise this. And I apologise and says, right, okay, I thought that everybody just wanted to go on and they just thought that they could get a freebie out of it and stuff. And I had my eyes opened and I thought that would be interesting. So let me know if it's something that, if you're interested in and you think it will be good to have her on. I thought it would be to hear the other side of people that have been on Jeremy Kyle, normal person. So, okay, let's continue. Hello, Danny. How you doing, mate?
Anyway, can you just explain to us what bipolar is and what's the medication that you're on? Nobody wanted to work with me again. I've been very fortunate and really lucky enough that I've turned my life around. I've been clean for 14 years. I've worked with amazing TV channels like BBC, E4 and Channel 4, who I felt really relaxed. Even now, when I go back to ITV, which hasn't been very often because I don't fit in their category, there is a sense of snobbery and I get looked down on and that I'm not good enough. And every time I go back, I tense up thinking I've got to impress them. I've got to watch my speech. I can't slur. And it's been such anxiety. And I've not worked in ITV for a long time. In fact, I had a meeting last year for a TV show. And what they asked me was, they asked me about my OnlyFans and am I still on drugs and is my mental health still properly? And I didn't end up getting the gig, which is absolutely fine. But now looking back on it, I think the audacity to do what they've done at Cover Up, I honestly think they all need ripping down, bringing off the pedal stool, and it all needs revamping completely. My stomach turns every time I think about Philip and the scrutiny he's going through. I don't wish this on anybody. I really, really...
So she's actually here starting to feel a bit sorry for him, which I thought was a bit bizarre, but there you go. There is a consensus today that I've noticed there's been a change in the media. There has been a change, and people are starting to say enough's enough now. I'm seeing it on the channel. I've had people saying enough's enough now. If he kills himself, will you be happy? I've had people, I've noticed on Twitter, some of the media people, that there's the GB News right now. They're saying, is Phillip Schofield the victim of a witch hunt? People are scared that he's going to kill himself, and they're all scared that they're going to look like they're bad people. So people are starting to back down. It is the manipulation of the narcissist, of the Machiavellian narcissist, which is what he is. And it's working. People are backing down. And what she's just said as well, I'm sorry, but there's people that have done far less, that have been treated far worse than what he's done. And you know, the grooming is one part. Look at all the other stuff. Look at all the people that have come forward. Not one person came on and defended him before he admitted it. Every single person was saying how rude he is, how horrible he is, how he belittled people. You know, there's literally person after person coming forward, and then you've got this as well. It's just not a nice person. He's not a good person who did a bad thing, because good people can do bad things. That happens. But in my opinion, he is a bad person who has done many bad things. And now he's trying to use his tactics to now manipulate the public to turn him into the victim. And I'm sorry, but no, he is not a victim. He makes me sick. And I knew he was going to do something like this. People get caught in a scandal. You keep your head down. Not him.
Don't, Dan. I'm not here to go, ha ha, karma's a bitch and it bites hard. I'm not here for that. I'm here to vocalise the aftercare, the toxicity, and the way women are treated. I can't get over no one is talking about how Caroline Flack was treated and Phillip Schofield sat on that sofa after, let's be honest, grooming a young boy. They've paid for his show reel that we've now found out about. They've paid for his taxes, and I'm a disgrace. I'm the disgrace, and Caroline's has to step down. Where's the logic in all that? I don't get it. And even now, Dan, when I look at that video, I feel so ashamed and so hard done by. Even now, for 10 years, I've had to justify myself. Listen, Dan, I've shoved enough shit up my nose last a lifetime. I've drank till the cows come home. I've got no reason to lie. I'm 43 this year, and now, even today, I still have to justify myself for that interview.
It's changed your life, not in a good way, and I understand that. And obviously, Kerry, you know, we go back many, many years, and I understand how much that interview impacted you, how much the press coverage impacted you, but you have been very honest about your trials and tribulations, and you have turned your life around. For that, I appreciate. Kerry, of course, ITV and Phillip Schofield deny that anything illegal went on, and they say that when they asked about what was going on between Phillip and the runner, when they conducted this so-called investigation, they didn't find anything. Do you buy their claims today?
Bullshit. I smell bullshit. I'm very sorry. The show is fake, it's phony, and it's false. And because of this morning and the way they're all liars, us as civilians and citizens and as, you know, society, we look at them too thinking this is how we're supposed to be. You know,
well, I don't, but she does. I'm just going to go on a little bit more. She gets quite passionate.
From a council estate, I've worked bloody hard to get where I've got to. I really have.
Yeah.
I've turned me.
I don't know how you guys feel about her. I just don't know how you feel. Most people support her, and I do support her. But yeah, she does do an OnlyFans, and she does get her kit off for that. And I don't judge her for that. You know, if that's what she's had to do to make money for her kids, then I don't judge her for that. I don't think anyone should be judging people for that. Just for that alone. But you know, the fact that she's had a very bad drug problem, drink, you know, take into that as well. Some people are saying, well, she's not very she's not a very credible witness because she's always off her face. And I do get some people have said that, and I do appreciate those opinions. But personally, for myself, I think that if she has to do that, if she has to get her kit off and she's got the body for it, then you're on camera, you're not touching anybody, no one's touching you. At least you're in your own home. So I don't judge her for that. And she says she's clean off drugs for 14 years now. I don't know how you guys feel about her.
Me life around.
Well, and isn't ITV meant to be the channel of the working people?
Yeah.
That's what I thought, that ITV was meant to be the channel of the working people.
No,
this language.
Holly Willoughby says that she's going back,
bullshit.
Kerry. She says she's going to be back on the show on Monday and she's going to carry on without Phillip. Do you think that's possible?
No, I think that's stupid. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, if I was Holly, right, and if I was in her situation and I found out that Phillip had having the affair, he lied to me, ITV was going tits up, if I was Holly, I'd go, and if she was telling the truth and she really didn't know anything about it, I'd go, I'm done, I'm off. You can deal with this yourselves. I'm going, I'm putting a real statement out there. I don't want anything to do with this anymore. That's what I'd do.
And so what does ITV do now, Kerry? Do they need a whole new management team? Does there need to be a clear out at ITV Daytime? I mean, some people are even saying this morning needs to be axed.
Yeah, I really do. I don't think for a long time I've not been able to watch ITV. It makes me cringe. I think they're full of shit. I think they're hypocritical. I think they're condescending, and I don't wish anybody any harm. I hope they all get themselves sorted. I wish them nothing but love, joy and peace. I really, really generally do. But this morning, for me personally, it triggers me anyway. This triggers me. Doing all this has triggered me massively, and I've worked really hard to turn my life.
I find that a bit fake with her. I don't wish anybody any harm. I want love, peace, and what was it? Love, peace, and truth, or something. Like, I find that a little bit fake. It was the way she sort of like rolled off the tongue, So we're going to stop it there. So Kerry Katona really, really, really goes in at Phillip Schofield, and more so, she goes on at ITV. Hello, David Banner. What a load of crybabies. What's the matter, Dinah? What's the matter, Danny? Who? Hello, Tony G. Yeah, I personally think she did really, really well to do that. Don't get your tits out for the kids' sake. I totally appreciate everybody's view. Okay, everybody's view. Everybody's got their own opinion, and I think that as long as you are, as long as you're not hurting anybody, leave children and animals alone. It's up to her what she does. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Wayne, how much is her OnlyFans asking for a neighbour? I have no idea. Hello, beautiful Ellen. What about Alison's performance? We're going to see that now. And do you know what? I am genuinely stuck on this one, and that doesn't happen very often. Now, I'm going to give you a tiny bit of background for those of you who don't know. Alison Hammond appeared on Big Brother. She was a traffic warden. I think, if I remember rightly, because I remember I used to watch Big Brother. Big Brother's back, by the way, just let you know. I used to watch Big Brother when this came out, and she's just a down-to-earth brummy girl, Alison Hammond, down-to-earth brummy girl. But when she first started, it was about 2003, 2004, something like that. I was in my early 20s at the time. So she's been in the TV industry now for nearly 20 years. So she's probably changed an awful lot. She doesn't act like she's changed. Her accent hasn't calmed down. She's still extremely brummy as ever, as brummy as you're going to get. And from what Kerry said during that interview, we missed that bit. She actually says, when he says, do you think that, how does Alison feel? She went, Alison's a lovely lady. I've been to her house for the barbecue, but this is fake. So when Alison was saying, oh, you're amazing, Phillip, it was fake. And I think myself that Alison is faking this now. I've been umming and ahhing all day. I don't agree with you, Danny, whatsoever, but it's up to you if you want to have that opinion. But Phillip Schofield knew him at 10. So if you don't think that's grooming, that's up to you. How would you feel if it was your son and he was 10 years old and he was groomed to have and you don't even know what happened between this and then? Now, Phillip Schofield is a proven liar. He's a proven liar. He said that he's not gay. He is gay. He didn't have a relationship with him. He did have a relationship with him. He didn't groom. He's not now saying he doesn't groom him. Now, he's got no credibility because he just lies. So nobody knows the truth. But I'll tell you something now. If this was my kid, I'd be doing time. I can't message anybody right now because I'm actually live. But here we go. Yeah, he does actually. You're right. Who just said that there? Dermot looks like he's been crying. As that was Broadmarine, mate. He does actually look. But I've always liked Alison. I'm not a super fan. I don't follow her and I don't really watch this. I don't watch This Morning or anything like that. But I've always thought I watched her from the beginning. I've watched her do well. And I'm thinking, do you know what? Good on you, girl. You're a down to earth, council estate, Brummie girl, and you've done well. But I think this was fake. And let's just see what people say. When it's played, give me a 1 if you think that she's genuine and give me a 2 if you think this is fake. But don't do anything until we've seen the clip. Here goes.
I was finding it really painful because obviously, you know, I loved Phillip Schofield, and it's weird because I still love Phillip Schofield. However, what he's done is wrong. He's admitted it. He said sorry. But as a family, we're all really struggling to process everything. And I'd never know what to say, but I remember what my mum said. My mum always said, you know, use your Bible as your sat-nav in life, Al. And in the Bible, it says, he without sin cast the first stone. And I just don't want to say anything bad because obviously I'm in conflict.
Of course.
Oh,
What do you reckon, folks? 1, she's genuine. 2 is faking. 3, don't know. 1, genuine. 2, fake. 3, don't know. Let me know. I just want to see what the genuine. I did a thing earlier, actually, a poll. I want to find out. I didn't look what it said. Okay, we have. Here we go. We got lots and lots of 2s. Lots and lots of 2s. We got a couple of 1s. We got Di's got a 1. It's going too quickly. We do have some 1s. Steve isn't sure. We have John. Oh, this is going too quickly. Lots. And I'd say the 2s are probably winning here. Janine's not sure. Rachel says 2. I'd say that the majority say that she's faking it, but there are some people. God, the chat keeps going. The Fake as Fuck says Julie Dawn. Candice isn't sure. David Banner, it's TV. What else? Gosh, it's a mixed bag, isn't it? It really is. It's a mixed bag. Hello, Helen, sweetie. I think Alison has been out in an awful situation. I do believe that. Terry Knowles-Band again says that she's a big softie. I would love to meet Alison because being a Brummie girl myself, I can relate to her. And I loved her on This Morning. I loved her on Big Brother, and she came 3rd, and I wanted her to win. But that was a long time ago, and she's been in this industry for all this time. So she's had fame, she's had money, she's getting a big push. So she also wants that spot on the sofa. So I'm not quite convinced that was real. I feel that it's a mixed bag. I'd say it's about, I don't know, 60-40 that she's faking it. She's faker than plastic surgery. But I can tell you that being from Birmingham myself, the way that she acts, usually she is herself, right? She isn't faking of anything. Well, the thing is, though, free speech. When I say a friend of Phil's, she came from nothing. She came from Big Brother, like Ryland did. A lot of them came from Big Brother or X Factor and ended up on This Morning. And I think she's got a big push, and I believe that deep down she probably doesn't like him. That's just my opinion. And she needs to keep this job, and she wants to get on that sofa. Now, it's been reported today that it's not going to be her. They've released a name of the new person. I don't know how true this is. I'm going to have a look into it now. But she was a traffic warden. She didn't come from the entertainment industry. She came from nothing. She was just on Big Brother. I don't know how she can say she loves Phil. I'm personally starting to think that this was fake. I didn't see any tears, no tears whatsoever. There wasn't one tear. I'm not convinced that was genuine. Right then, we're going to have a look at Phillip Schofield's interview. You're probably right, bite back his back. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take some calls. So hopefully you guys are going to, that's it. What's the name? Josie somebody. Exactly. There was no tears. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if she doesn't, because she won't get the job. She won't get the job for that, for the ITV, and then maybe she'll leave, and then maybe she'll sell her story. I don't know. Okay, I'm presuming it's out on YouTube. Hello, Daffy. I've not seen it yet. I've seen clips of it. I've been uploading little clips. Hello, Joanne, love. How you doing, sweetie? I did put a clip up earlier. Let me just see if did I upload it? Yeah, I did. Where he says that things got out of hand or something. More bullshit. All off Big Brother, yeah. No, she didn't get the gig, but when she did this, she might have thought she was going to get it. I don't know who this Josie is. I'll have a look in a minute. So let me just try and find, I'm guessing the Phillip Schofield interviews. Now, he's done two, apparently. One with The Sun and one with, see if I can find it, one with the BBC. The fact that he's gone back to the BBC, just to me, it just says it all. I'm sorry. This guy came from the BBC. And now he's gone back there. You could not make this shit up, folks. He's gone back to where he came from. He's gone back to where Savile came from. He's back at home now. It's like the BBC loaned him out to ITV. Some people don't realise he came from the BBC. That's where he started out. This guy is a rungun. He's a rungun. I'm sorry, people don't agree. Oh, thank you, Mia. How kind. Thank you, sweetheart. He's a rungun. Have a lovely, lovely weekend, Mike. Take care, my friend. Thanks so much for popping in. Hello, Rach. How you doing, love? Glad I don't pay for, exactly, yeah, rip-off TV licence. I think they're going to get rid of that at some point, that TV license. Right then, so I'm just having a quick gander through YouTube. Just bear with me while I try and find this interview. Now, apparently it's at the BBC on YouTube. He's done one for The Sun and one for the BBC. Now, it looks like we're only going to get clips. We're going to get clips. Right, 5 hours ago, there was the Evening Standard has got key lines from it. So let's have a go. Let's see. We can't really show it all anyway because of copyright, but we can look at some of it. So here we go. These are the key lines. I think it's like it's 3 minutes worth here. Let's see how we get on. This is a true Machiavellian narcissist at work here, in my opinion. All right. That doesn't surprise me, Willow. There's something else I'm going to point out in a moment as well. But we'll do this first. We're going to see what he says or listen to him if you can stomach this. All right. I love your name, Lamestream Media. Amazing. And they have ads. That doesn't surprise me. Saying that though, YouTube can do that. YouTube can put the ads on without. They put ads on some of my videos that aren't monetized. Most of my videos aren't monetized. They even demonetized my rabbits playing in the garden this evening. Demonetized. People go, "Oh, you make loads of money off YouTube." No, I don't. They demonetized literally everything I do. Even the rabbits are demonetized. Like, YouTube, for me, they don't want me on here. The people that make the money are the Billy bullshitters that will give you will give you a watered down version of what's actually going on. If you're real, you will not make money on YouTube. So when people say, I make loads of money on YouTube, no, every single video apart from 1 or 2 have got little orange pound signs. That means limited ads, which means no ads basically. But they run ads themselves and get the money.
Was this young man when you first had any kind of sexual contact with him?
20.
When did you last speak to him?
20.
As I engaged the lawyer for him.
Did you love him?
No, we were just mates. We were mates.
Do you know if he has signed an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement preventing him from speaking?
No.
You don't know if he has?
No.
Look, now, this is the first time I've heard this, all right? Look at his face. No, we don't need a body language expert. Like, I'm not a body language expert or anything like that, but I've been pretty good at reading people. I'm pretty good at reading people. I'm not an expert or anything like that. I'm not pretending to be. But looking at this guy, like, this reminds me of, remember the Prince Andrew interview on the BBC? Why do these people, when they get caught out, go to the BBC and do an interview? This is horrific. This is car crash. This is just like the Prince Andrew. This is going to come back to bite him on the ass. And is blatantly, in my opinion, he's lying. Let's listen to that again. How old was he when you had sexual contact? It says 20. Just listen to that bit again.
How old was this young man when you first had any kind of sexual contact with him?
20.
Now, isn't it you look to your right and you're lying? Did you see his eyeballs?
When did you last speak to him?
As I engaged the lawyer for him.
You know when that was, don't you, folks? It was a couple of weeks ago. He engaged a lawyer for him. Now, I broke this to you a few days ago, right? This is why it come out, because he got him a lawyer. So he's spoken to him a couple of weeks ago. He got him a lawyer and said, don't worry, we're going to manage this coming out. And the lawyer, he paid like $1 million to this lawyer. And then Matthew ended up telling the lawyer the truth and saying, I can't hide it anymore. So Phillip Schofield tried to bury it and ended up making the situation far, far worse for himself. So they spoke a couple of weeks ago. That would explain why Matthew is still defending him then, because he's still got his claws into him.
Did you love him?
No, we were just mates. We were mates.
Do you know if he has signed an
Love
NDA,
anybody.
a non-disclosure agreement preventing him from speaking?
No.
Liar.
You don't know if he
Liar.
has?
Bums on fire. Did he have an NDA not speaking about this? ITV have already admitted that they did an NDA. That they've already admitted this. Liar, liar, pants on fucking fire.
No. At the time, I was asked that earlier on. Did I make him sign an NDA? No, absolutely not.
But there's a question whether or not he was, as it were, paid off. And
No.
in effect, if he was paid off,
No.
was he paid for his son?
The head's moving very fast. Is the protest too much? Billy bullshitter.
Violence.
No, God, no.
Oh God, no, 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 no.
So
No.
is he free to speak if he wants to?
Yeah.
Liar, did you watch his eyeballs go to the right? Watch his eyeballs again. Watch the balls. The eyeballs, that is.
No, God, no.
No. So
No.
is he free to speak if he wants to?
Yeah.
Quick flick.
When did you last speak to Holly Willoughby?
I WhatsApped her on the day that I put the statement up, and I said to her, I know you can't reply. You're probably not allowed to, but please know that I am so desperately, desperately sorry.
Did she reply?
No.
ITV, they can respond next week. Interested to know what you think. It's not just that they just displayed poor.
Philip can't sweat. Loving these comments. Just getting some of these comments up, folks. Bloody hell. You guys are hilarious. Philip can't sweat, says Finny Van Dango. Do you remember that one? Andrew can't sweat. And he was eating pizza. Maria, hello, sweetie, how you doing? She's laughing. I'm just looking at some of this. Someone asked if he's mentally unwell. I honestly believe that he's so far gone on ego and on power and on narcissism and all this stuff that he genuinely believes that he is some messiah, and this backlash is beneath him. It's not possible. He will come out on top because that's how he works. And anybody else would keep the gob shut. He's thank you, Jane, sweetheart. He is delusional. That's a very good comment, Mimi Lucia. He's delusional. Here we go. Kate, last week, I couldn't believe it. We had 2,000 watching at one point. I don't think that will ever happen again, but thank you so much to everybody who's joining us. I really appreciate it. Greed and
management, but it's that they allowed a culture.
It's his daughters I really feel sorry for. His daughters. I do and I don't with his wife. I'm not sure whether I think she probably knew. I don't know. But I do really feel for his kids.
Of toxicity to develop it this morning, but didn't do anything about it because the presenters were untouchable. It was all about keeping Holly and Phil happy.
I think it is utterly untrue.
Right, who was it who said that? Sorry, was that an Eamon quote? Sorry, hang on.
Feel happy.
I think it is utterly untrue.
Oh, hang on.
From my point of view, and I think
to know what you think, it's not just that they displayed poor management, but it's that they allowed a culture of toxicity to develop it this morning, but didn't do anything about it because the presenters were untouchable. It was all about keeping Holly and Phil happy.
I think it is utterly
He's
untrue.
not saying who said that. Okay.
From my point of view, and I think Holly would say exactly the same thing, that is utterly untrue. I have brought myself down. I am done. I have to talk about television in the past tense, which breaks my heart.
Of course it does.
But it continues. And it is relentless. And it is day after day after day after day.
Poor me, blah, blah, fucking blah.
And if you do that, if you don't think that that is going to have the most catastrophic effect on someone's mind, what do you want me to die?
This is the thing now. Now, this is where he is manipulating everybody. Remember, Matthew McGreevy is hearing this. Holly's hearing this. ITV, us, all the people who are on the fence, even people that don't like him. But actually, yeah, they've got over the shock of him admitting it. And it's now like, no, we don't want you to die. You've suffered enough now. He's trying to pave his way back for a career in television. And clearly he wants to get back onto the BBC.
Because that's where I am.
If that's where you are, then you wouldn't be on the fecking TV with these people at the BBC. If you were genuinely suicidal, you'd be put yourself into one of those retreats. You've got enough money, you'd be in a retreat, one of those places where you get your head straight, you'd keep your head down. You would not be on here telling people that you're suicidal, because you are literally emotionally blackmailing the public. Either be nice to you or you're going to kill yourself. I'm calling his bluff.
I have lost everything. My girls saved my life. They said last week they haven't left me for a moment. They've been by my side every moment because they're scared to let me out of their sight. What is that like for daughters to have to go through something like that? And they said to me, don't you dare do this on our watch. We're supposed to be looking after you. And if my girls hadn't been there, I wouldn't be here, because I don't see a future.
Yeah, there's no tears, folks. There's nothing. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and find some more. Right, it's just automatic like playing that. Let me just see what else. That was a snippet. There's only snippets available that I can find. Guys, I've got to ask you this question. Did you think that that was genuine? We are going to look at some more in a moment. Let's just get the feedback. I know how I feel. Give me a 1 if you think he's genuinely sorry. Give me a 2 if you think he's fake as fuck. I think that was 2 fake, in my opinion. Everyone is welcome to their opinion here. Everybody. We've got lots of 2s. I want to see if we've got any 1s. Do we have any 1s? We have no 1s so far. We have any don't knows is a 3. Number 222. 222. I think anybody's falling for that, are they? I just don't know anybody who is. Oh, we've got a Patricia Haywood. Hello, welcome. We have a 1. We have a 1, which is perfectly fine. If you want to have a 1, you can have a 1. I think it's fake. Personally, checkered floor, nice, very true. I'm sorry for singling you out, Patricia, but I think you're the only one, love. That was embarrassingly. That was embarrassing. Right, let me just have a quick look and see, because there's got to be more. We're looking at more clips. Right. Now, that was the BBC. I think that GB News might have had the one with the sun. Hold on. Let's have a look. Right, I'm missing chat. Just bear with me a sec. Right, okay. The sun. I've got the sun one. Here we go. Let me just get this up. There we go. This is the one with the sun. We're going to have a quick look at this. And we're going to see if we can break it down. Do you know what I thought as well? And another thing, this is why I don't believe the wife didn't know. Because when it happened, he continued with her. He continued wearing his wedding ring. It was literally like business as usual. If that was a genuine shock to her, she would have kicked him out. They would have got divorced. It was literally like business as usual. It's out now. I don't believe that she didn't know. Something happened to me many, many years ago that I've never spoken about, ever. Al knows, and it was when I was with my ex-husband, and I don't want to go into it here publicly, but I am going to tell you that when your husband has even remote feelings for men, you know, okay? I can speak up from personal experience of being in a previous marriage with a narcissist as well, that you do find out, okay? And I can't even go into it. It's too disturbing. Anyway, here we go.
I absolutely know. There is no question I did a bad thing. Unprofessional. First time. I know I did that.
Yeah. So he's saying, I know I did it. Get over it, people. He has still got his wedding ring on. Exactly. Penny can pick up. Look, that was in the past. I've been with Al now for what, 12 years? No. 12 years I've been with Al. So, you know, we all make mistakes in life, don't we? Thank you, Vicky. Oh, I've been through a lot in my life. A lot. From physical abuse, emotional abuse. Why do you think my back has gone? I don't talk about it, but it was my first husband that did this to my back. He threw me across the room when I was 17 years old and pushed a disc out, and now I'm literally disabled for life. I'm sorry you feel 60. I'm sorry. It's uncomfortable to watch, but we have to look, guys. We have to. If it's uncomfortable for us to watch, how do you think the children feel that are the victims? That is what I always say. These things are uncomfortable as adults. How do the children feel who are victims of this shit? That is why I have to fight through this. All right? I have to fight through it because it does upset me. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's been going down these rabbit holes has been really painful for me. You know, things that have happened to me as a child, this is bringing up a lot to me as well. So this is difficult, but it needs to be done because children don't have a voice. Children, we need to get this out. Okay. Oh, Julie, I'm sorry to hear that, sweetheart. Anyway, let's just hear a little bit more. This one is even worse than the BBC one, the Prince Andrew one. I can't believe that he's done this. I'm speechless, actually.
And there's no excuse. I don't have an excuse. I won't put forward an excuse.
This is rehearsed, you can see in front of the mirror.
I visited the drama school. I visited all sorts of schools all over the country when I was asked to go to the drama school. And that was that. Because I follow 11,300 people. So I followed him on Twitter.
Bullshit.
And I think he probably said what everybody says is, thanks for following. And that was that. And then it became...
He's angry. He's actually angry. Can you believe this? He's actually angry that we are angry at him. How you doing, Blackjack? Hello, Mama Bear. It's beyond words. Do me a favour, says Julie.
And more occasional career advice, thinking about television. And I said, I thought you wanted to be an actor. It's that sort of chat.
There's no way Matthew would have gone into television. He was an amazing, talented actor and singer. He's got him into television, in my opinion. What are you sorry for, Mia, love?
Then decided on TV. And I said, well, I'm sure you could do come and have a look at This Morning for a day, which he did. And bearing in mind the connection, I wanted to look after him. So until he was picked up and made sure he was okay.
I bet you did.
And so he worked at the show for a bit. We became mates.
Did you see that then, folks? Did you see that? He's shaking his head while he's saying we became mates. His body language is saying that he's lying. He's actually shaking his head. This is horrific. This is worse than Prince Andrew on the BBC. He is shaking his head and saying we became mates. Bullshit. Thank you for the super chat. Who was that? Thank you so much, Alex. I really appreciate you. He's like Meghan Markle. He's narcissistic. He's a liar. And he's using mental health and the threat of harm to himself to blackmail the public. It makes me sick. What a fantastic comment. Well said, my friend. Well said. Let's just watch back a minute. He shakes his head. Watch.
I wanted to look after him. So until he was picked up and made sure he was okay. And so he worked at the show for a bit. We became mates.
Liar.
And then one day, something happened that just changed it. And that's the moment, that's the moment you...
No, I'm sorry. You don't... And another thing is hello, Mouse Nation, sweetheart. He is telling on himself. Tia Green, well said. He is telling on himself. Brilliant comment. He is. This is just the BBC. It's a breeding ground for these people. And like Bridget said, that he was seeing her brother in 1981. Now, I've had a few other people come forward as well about him. All right. This is horrific, but we have to see it. Yeah. He's shaking his head and said we became mates and shaking his head, which means actually, hello, by the way, Peter, actually we didn't become mates, we become something more because he's shaking his head. And remember, he met him when he was 10 years old at the theatre. I'm so sorry to hear that, Hayley. I don't want to go into it here, but I totally understand where you're coming from. Hello, Paul. So this is triggering for me as well. Hello, Mama Bear. 10. You don't just meet someone at 10, right, and see them at this school, and then they get a special job. Why didn't the other kids get a special job and then start sleeping with them? It's called grooming. Look at the definition of what grooming is. It is tough to watch, especially for victims of this sort of shit. I'm sorry if it's too much. I totally get it. If you need to turn off, I will not be offended.
I look back on. I just assumed that somebody somewhere thought something was going on correctly, but they didn't say anything.
Liar.
You know, this only because I actually told him that I was going to come out the morning of or night before, or something like that.
Right. So he's now saying that nobody at the ITV asked him. Right. He's just said that nobody suspected and nobody asked him. Interesting. Yeah, if it's too much, guys, don't watch.
Like that. I said, I'm gonna. It's a big day tomorrow. I'm gonna do
Simon
this.
is the link.
And he said, "So proud of you.
In my opinion.
Congratulations. I hope it goes okay." He was never going to out me. No one was going to out me.
Yeah, because he's terrified.
Accusations that you groomed him.
How do you feel about him vaping on TV? Now, this is another thing. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but he's vaping on TV. Is he trying to look cool and down with the kids? Is it some sort of code to somebody else? What's with the vaping? I just find this really bizarre. Really strange. Do you know what, Jimmy? I don't think he is nervous. I just genuinely don't think he's nervous. I just don't. It's just so narcissistic. But you're okay with Kerry swearing. I didn't say I was okay with Kerry swearing. I said I didn't feel like that was right. But she was on TV. This isn't TV. This is an interview with a newspaper, The Sun. Very different. Kerry was on actual a TV station that is looked after by Ofcom. It's regulated by Ofcom. All right. That is different. I thought that was quite uncomfortable. He's doing an interview with the Sun newspaper, and it's on their YouTube channel. So let's not get confused about what's Ofcom and what isn't. And everyone knows what Kerry is like, and GB News decided not to censor her. And I can totally get it. But I think vaping on TV is quite a strange thing for this time of year. Sorry, this age, this age. Sorry, for this age, it is especially for this age group to be vaping. You know, and somebody of that age is weird. I think anybody vaping on TV, but for someone of that time of life is what I meant to say. Sorry, for someone of that time of life is a bit bizarre. It just the whole thing is weird.
I was going to let you answer the question.
I did not. I did not.
I didn't hear what he
I mean,
asked.
there are accusations of all sorts of things.
Sorry, hang
Of
on.
you. Congratulations. I hope it goes okay. He was never going to out me. No one was going to out me.
Yeah. There'll be accusations.
Did you see how his head shook as he said no one was going to out me? That was correct. He shook his head when he said no one. So his body language matched what he was saying then. So that was the truth. Slow mode's on because people want it on. Because the chat's going too fast. That was the truth then. No one's going to out me. He knew, hello, Kay. He knew that nobody was going to out him. That was the truth because he knows he's got control. Did you see how controlling he was then? That was his control.
That you groomed him. I'm just going to let you answer the question.
I did not.
I can't understand what she's
I did
saying.
not. I mean, there are accusations of all sorts of things.
Yeah. And you are still friends?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, this is obviously this entire show has. I haven't spoken to it. So yeah, this is that. There's the difference.
Yeah.
It is accepted by Leonardo DiCaprio. It is not accepted if it's in the gay world. Although we both know.
Here we go. It's all homophobia. Oh, okay. Thank you, Nervy. I couldn't quite hear what she was saying. Yeah, the vaping I think's a bit weird. I understand if he's nervous. I get that. I used to smoke, but I don't know. I feel that was done as more of a to try and look cool or something. I don't know. It didn't feel like it was genuine. Thank you so much, Jimmy Fandango, with a £5 super chat. Thank you so much. That is so kind. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, these eyeballs are almost popping out of his head as well. Have you noticed? He looks off his head, doesn't he?
Know that it happens in every world. That people are attracted to or have relationships with, wise or otherwise, with people of different ages.
Right. Okay. So he's now.
And yes, I see how it looks from the outside world. I see what it looks like.
Yeah.
There is.
People have relationships with people of all ages. There you go. There you go. Apparently it's fine. This is coming, folks. This is coming down the line. This love is love bullshit. I hope you guys can see what's coming. Love is love and age doesn't have a number. This is what we're all being pushed. It's all being pushed. And do you know what? Sometimes I think, is this just a test to see how the public react? Because this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Is categorically no toxicity in there. And the only people who create that are the people who have their own toxicity. And if you, I'm assuming if you are that sort of a person, then it follows you round, perhaps. But Ranj, I saw him a few months ago and he was lovely, really lovely.
Yeah, I actually agree with him there. I think Dr. Ranj is up to no good here. I really, yeah. Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much. Hello, Carlos. I genuinely think he said that yeah, Filthy Phil. He said that Dr. Ranj seen him around a few months ago, and he was lovely. Dr. Ranj, for him to come out at that point and say that it's toxic there, it did feel like Dr. Ranj was trying to get ahead of something. And lo and behold, that photo comes out of Dr. Ranj with him. It's disgusting. Yeah, exactly. Map. Wait for the LGBTQ to have an M on it. They've been pushing for this for years. It is sick. And I will continue calling this shit out. And somebody even called me homophobic yesterday. This has got absolutely nothing to do with that. If this was, like I've said before, because he pretended to be married, he thought he could get away with spending time with little boys because you're a married heterosexual man with a small boy. There's nothing to see here. Just like if a gay man was spending time with little girls, there's nothing to see here because even if that person was an adult, they're not sexually attracted to that sex. But if a gay man or if a heterosexual man was spending time with the little girls, a heterosexual man who was married, there'd be questions asked. So it's like he used it as a cover. And I think the gay community should be angry. And I think a lot of you are, because I've had a lot of comments people get from the gay community saying that they feel like he is using his homosexuality to hide behind. And I support that. I feel that as well. It's just got absolutely nothing to do with being gay. Nothing at all. It's the age, the child and the adult, and you used your position of power. But I do believe there is so much more to this. And this is just a tip of an iceberg. Like the Harry Weinstein, they used that for the Me Too movement, and everything got blamed on him, and all the other people got away with it. And a lot of those people, a lot of those women who complained about the Me Too, they knew exactly what was going on. Hollywood is a cesspit of this shit. And they did that to try and make out it was just teenage girls. And we've got rid of Harvey Weinstein and it's done, it's gone. No, it's going on, and it's going on with little children as well. And I've been calling this shit out for years.
And I don't know why he would do that. I don't know what is the reason to stab something that's been really good to you. And maybe he wasn't asked back on again. I don't know. I don't book the guests. I have neither of us have any say in who comes on or what. You can go in with a good idea and say, I've just...
Neither of us have any say. Don't you mean had? You don't work there anymore. Get it out of your Machiavellian narcissistic brain that you don't work there anymore.
In watching this series, can we see if we can get that person because we love it? Yeah, we'll see if we can book them. That's the sum total of that.
So who's the person who's given the biggest apology to you? Who was the person who was hardest for you to tell?
Steph.
How did you do that?
She got off a plane and I phoned her up and I texted her and said, I need to talk to you. I've got something to tell you. And she called me back and I told her, and she was very, very angry.
Had she must have heard or read the rumours, someone would have told her. So did she ask you or confront you at the time?
Yep. I lied to her as well.
What did you say? What did she say?
I just said it's untrue.
Did she believe you?
Yeah, we should have no reason to. I hadn't lied to her about anything else.
And did your daughters? That must have been a very hard conversation.
They were unbelievable. They are.
I think the Sun is giving him a little bit more than the bloody BBC, aren't they?
Incredible. They are, without question, our greatest asset.
Yeah.
The last time we had
Children are our greatest asset. Who's our? Are you talking about you and Holly? Because you were talking about Holly a minute ago. Are you talking about you and your wife? Your children are not an asset. Your children are your offspring that you love unconditionally. All right? They're not an asset. This guy, these interviews that he's doing, he's so telling on himself. Brilliant comment earlier. He's telling on himself. He's going to regret this. Dr. Ranj is gay. Apparently, he came out in 2009. And apparently that's homophobic because I said that he was with Dirty Dog. He is a dirty dog because he came out saying it was toxic. Hello, Scottish Davros. And then a few days later, this picture resurfaces where he's calling him this morning stud. This morning stud. That implies it's being passed around. It's horrible. It is horrible. Matthew, if you ever see this, I would so love to speak to you. I would. Do you know what? I would never tell. I wouldn't do it public or anything. I would love to just give that guy a hug. Honestly, I really, really would. I'm a mom to a little boy. This is heartbreaking. This is. I just feel for that lad so much. I really, really do. And any victim of this shit. Sometimes that's all we need is a hug.
The conversation was when I texted Holly and said, don't reply. This is after the statement last week. Don't reply. You're probably not allowed to. But I am deeply, deeply sorry.
Is that his house?
And I am. It was the one secret in our sanctuary that was never mentioned.
She's been affected by this.
She's been massively affected by it. And I can only apologise. I let her down. I let everybody down.
Thanks, Jane.
I let that entire show down. I let the viewers down. I let everybody, I let my family down. I let my friends down. I let myself down. I let him down. I let everybody down. And it is something that is crushing me. And to that unbelievable
furniture, that's funny.
Non-toxic, wonderful, talented, kind team, I am bereft. I completely understood. I understood why ITV had to take the position they did, of course. I understand why my management agency had to take the position. I'd lied to them, so they'd lied to ITV. So of course I understand that. And you watch all of these sheds, you shed your life, you know, you watch all these layers of you slide away and slide away and slide away. The things that were dear to you.
Me, 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 me. Me, me, me. These things have slidden away. You are vile. Julie, it's fine, my darling. I understand this is hard for a lot of people, okay? I totally get it. Honestly, darling. Thinking about you, I'm glad you've seen Teddy. This guy is just me, me, me. What he should have done, if he was going to do anything, was just come out and apologise. And just say, listen, I'm really, really sorry about everything I've done. I am a wronger, and I'm just going to leave people to get, you know, to come to grieve or whatever. Matthew needs to like grieve for the relationship, because it seems to me Matthew's still besotted, and, you know, get their head around it. And I'm just going to disappear and just go and just get yourself into the retreat and get yourself treated for whatever the fuck is going on, whether it's suicide, whether it's you're being attracted to young guns, I don't know. But you doing this just shows that the manipulation, this is going to backfire. I hope it does. But I noticed that Benjamin Butterworth, who goes on GB News, that horrible little scrawny little hobbit thing with the glasses on. He was defending him, saying we should leave him alone now. Be kind, be kind. Like you've hounded Boris Johnson for how many years? I don't like Boris Johnson, but these lefties, the hypocrisy, you hound politicians. And then when something like this happens involving kids, we have to be kind to him. It's just the left all over, isn't it, folks? It's just what they do.
But
I'm getting a bit animated, by the way. I'm just trying to. This is really, really annoying what he's doing, and I'm trying to, you know, keep calm, but I am rather animated, so I hope I'm not offending anybody.
I deserve it. It's my fault. I deserve it. I don't throw people under the bus. But I have a very good instinct for these things.
I bet you do.
I have a very good instinct for these things, and
Did you see that? He's shaking his head. He's just shook his head. He's saying, his body's saying, his head's saying no, and he's saying, I've got a very good instinct for these things, and he's shaking his head.
You watch all these layers of you slide away and slide away and slide away. The things that were dear to you. But I deserve it. It's my fault. I deserve it. I don't throw people under the bus. But I have a very good instinct for these things. I have a very good instinct for these things, and I knew it was a bad thing to do, but there is no reason that the justification that was given to me shouldn't have been true. You are journalists, loosely, and you are covering a massive story. Therefore, I want you to cover it. As indeed 700 other journalists did exactly the same thing. There was no jumping of a queue, and I knew my face. My face is. Oh, we shouldn't be here. I don't feel right. And we looked. It didn't feel right. And the thing was, what was sad was that it wrecked what I wanted to do on the day. I wanted to go and stand at the end of my road and watch her go past as she went out to Windsor. But of course, then you can't be anywhere near it.
Jimmy.
So it was assumed and hoped that we would be treated in the same way as the 700 journalists who walked through that separate door.
See? Again, he's not taking any responsibility. Everybody else did it. Me again. He has got no remorse, nothing. After we finish this interview, we're going to be taking people up So I'm going to see if Jane is available to pop up and help me out with the co-host. It's totally, Jane, don't have to, sweetie, if you want to stay in chat. But I'm going to be taking people up shortly. So I'll be putting a link in. I need to nip to the loo. I've drunk too much tea and Coke, obviously. Coca-Cola, not the, before the trolls start. Too much caffeine, basically, and I need a wee. So but I will be taking up calls, and I want you to give your point of view. As long as you stay within the community guidelines of YouTube and the law, you can give your feelings, okay? And no porn bombing. We keep getting porn bombed. We don't want to see your bits and bobs. Oh, thank you, Jane, sweetheart. Guys, if you want to show your bits off, I'm sure you can upload it to Pornhub or something, right? We don't want to see bottom holes or anything like that. All right. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you're lucky after what we've seen last week. No, 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
And didn't file past the coffin and walked down the side of the room and stood and watched the people so you could say what the faces were like, what the atmosphere was like. We did that.
Oh,
and then we
nice.
left. And within seconds, there was the photo of the two of us.
Good.
Why us? We were texting each other backwards and forwards. And I said to Holly, I should.
Why us? Why us? Poor me.
I knew I should have gone with my gut. And she said, I know.
Is that why she did the on-air apology and you looked fairly seething?
No, there was nothing to be read into that.
Right.
Nothing to be read into that. You either get a link or you don't get a link, or you get something else.
Apologise on air, or were you frustrated?
We were struggling with the fact that we didn't have anything to apologise for. We hadn't done anything wrong. And I think we said in the VT, we would never jump a queue.
Yeah.
I think that was in the VT. But no, I mean, I wasn't on air. We were shell-shocked, the both of us, completely shell-shocked.
They were shell-shocked by them jumping the queue. They were shell-shocked. They weren't wrong, and that 700 journalists do it. They are not journalists. Someone said in the chat, you two are not journalists, you are presenters. I don't see any journalism whatsoever from you lot sat on a sofa and usually patronising people, belittling people and being bloody rude. Someone came in the other day and wrote a comment under one of my videos and said that they used to be an air hostess and they were on the plane with Holly, and they said, Holly, would you like a drink? And she said, speak to my agent. She wouldn't even answer an air hostess. There is person after person coming forward telling me how disgusting and rude Holly Willoughby is off camera. She is fake. Somebody was at the filming of Celebrity Juice, and when the camera stopped rolling, she was an utter bitch. These people are fake. Kerry Katona is spot on.
The reaction. What are the two things you don't screw up? The Queen and a queue. My biggest regret is getting into a relationship at work.
The Queen and a queue, and you screw that up and you still got away with it. And now your biggest regret is getting into a relationship at work. That is trying to trivialise and normalise what he's done, as though it's just two consenting adults having a quick affair. That is bollocks. You groomed that kid, in my opinion, for the YouTube lawyers. In my opinion, you groomed that child.
To whom do you owe your biggest apology?
Everybody. To every single person, I am deeply sorry. And I apologise to him because I should have known better. I should have acted the way I've always acted. I should not have done that. And it has brought the greatest misery onto his totally innocent life.
Put the link in now.
His totally innocent family.
For Jane.
His totally innocent friends. It has brought the greatest grief to them. And so I think probably my greatest apology goes there.
There you go, folks. That's the Sun interview. We've watched a snippet of the BBC. Oh, get that off again. Oh, thank you so much, Anglo-Saxon. That's another one. Oh, thank you. I met him when I was 10. I'm not going to read that out, but yeah, it's sick, isn't it? It's sick. Right, I've just got to pop for a week. Jane is here. Jane's going to look after you. I'll be back shortly. Good night, Kate, sweetheart. I'll be back shortly, guys. So go and get your cuppa on or get nip to the loo. Jane is here. I'll be back in a minute, darling. I'll be in chat, Jane. If you can just watch the stream and want to give the viewers your thoughts on that, sweetheart. We're back in a
Oh,
minute. Thank you.
okay. Yeah. Go take care of what you need to take care of. Hi, chat. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's well. Very disturbing stuff. I had to agree with what Rebecca was saying in the chat, is that he and Holly need to be interrogated and interviewed at a police station. It would be a really good place for them to spill their guts. So anyway, hi everyone. Hi, I see everybody saying hi. It's too many people to say hello back to, but I'm seeing your names and hi everybody. What did everybody else think? I know that you've been making your thoughts known about this also, about what a sick individual this man is. Let me see. Whoops, I didn't catch up with chat. Tarred and feathered on the streets. That's a good one. I agree with Paul from Newcastle too. That would be another one. Police are that too. Well, banned again. Not all of them are. Some of them are. Hi, Ellen, sweetheart. Yeah, that's what makes me so sick about this. And to think that if he thinks, how are you friends or mates with somebody who is 30 years your junior? There's no way he was ever friends with this young boy. There's no way. He was grooming him, in my opinion. That is my opinion. Yes, with my winking kitty. Hi. Um, yeah, there's no way that you can be friends with somebody who is that big of an age difference. It's just plain impossible. Um, a psychopath and interviews are. Uh, I think he's definitely a narcissist. I agree with Penny on that. Border. He is definitely a narcissist. Yes, other people think that he was being groomed from the beginning too, from a very young age. It's so sad. It truly is. My heart goes out to that poor boy. Um, I wish he would contact Penny. I really do. I'm trying to say, as a 63-year-old and had a thing with a kid at that age, I'd be classed as a sick. Yeah, that's the thing. Nobody has that great big of an age difference with somebody and thinks that they are, friends with them. I don't believe this. Anybody who would. Clink the link that is pinned. Yes, now you can clink the link that is pinned. I can't bring you up, but when Penny comes back in, she'll be able to bring you up. I'd like to see a few of you up here and having your say about this also. Rebecca, I know you said you'd love to come up at some point. I hope you get the courage to come up today. I'd love to have you up here. I'm sure Penny would too. Jane's a golf. What's a Oh, okay, got it. Never mind. Okay. Really? Banned again? No, you don't know what you're talking about, honey. I think the golf was right in the first place. Oh, you're gonna make me laugh. No. Let's see. What else is people saying? Other people are back from the loo now. Did you get your drinks so that you're all, have gone to the loo? You get your drinks so that when Penny comes back.
We have somebody in backstage.
Oh, good. Okay.
Hello, welcome to Gary. We've got another Gary. Gary, if you can do me a favor, if you can make sure that you've closed down your other your page of YouTube on, so you've only got StreamYard on, otherwise we get an echo. So just close down your YouTube tab. And we're gonna let Gary come on. So we're gonna add Gary to the stream. So hello, Gary. We just need to just double check you are gonna porn bomb us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna porn you.
Oh, we've got another American. Hello, Gary. Welcome to the live stream.
Yep, I'm coming to you from Long Island, New York.
Long Island, New York.
Hi, Gary.
Hello. Can we
How
all
are you?
welcome Gary? I'm good, thank you. How are you? And
I'm doing well. I've been following it on my end here, all on YouTube, as I've been getting, reports about all of this.
Yeah, are you hearing about it over there then?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it isn't, there hasn't been anything on the regular, we'll call it fake media, if you will.
Yeah.
There's been no reporting here on it on any of our newscasts, but I've been seeing it on YouTube over here. When it all went down, I was quite shocked because from living here in the United States, I've only been following this morning on YouTube. I've only known it from YouTube. And I was shocked to see what went down, how it went down. Can I just ask a general question?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Here in the United States, if you are an on-air personality, let's say on one of the morning shows,
yeah,
you're considered to be part of the press corps. Okay. If you're hosting a morning show like Good Morning America or CBS This Morning or the Today Show out of NBC TV, you have press credentials. So that means that if something like the Queen's funeral were going on, a member of the morning show staff can get in with the press. Is it the same there in England?
No, because depending on what it is, if you have a press pass, yes, but the Queen line in state,
right?
Nobody had one. Even like say David Beckham, even our former Prime Minister Theresa May had to queue as well. So it's not a case of hello, just some bloke. I'm just checking.
So in other words, just because of your so-called, I'll put in air quotes, your press credentials, we'll say. You could not jump the line, so to speak.
No, not in that situation. No, because the thing is, you've got the only people who are allowed to do it are actual journalists who were given a special pass. Hello, Yvonne. If it's a different situation, then possibly, yeah. But if it's because of what it was, even the big celebrities were queuing. They didn't have a special pass. The only people that were given the passes were people that were there to do a special report. If you were just going to pay your respects, you're classed as a civilian. Remember, hello Claire. Remember that we're in a royal country, we're in a monarchy, and every single person, even these television people who think that they are above everybody, are still just a normal person to the royals.
Well, I mean, I can speak from one aspect. I've said I've seen this morning from on what's on YouTube. So I've been able to just see and kind of gauge for myself how Phil was and how Holly has been and everything. Yeah, I can see there was a definite air of phoniness about them. I will say this much, from all the years that I've seen what I've seen on my end, I've enjoyed their content. I've enjoyed watching what I've seen here. Do I want Holly to be gone from this? No. I know I'm always of the firm belief that I don't want to see anybody lose a position or a job because of something that they may have done or may have said. I'm tired of this cancel culture that we've established ourselves within this year and with all these last years. You made a mistake, one thing. Can we get past it? that's the next step. And can we get past it with and move forward in a positive direction? Is that a possibility?
So do you believe that Philip shouldn't go either?
Well, let's put it this way. Can I flip it around and ask you a question? If you make a big mistake, now you're not part of the press, you're not a part of the public, you're a private citizen just as I am. If you make a mistake, let's say at a family gathering, should you be ostracized from the rest of family gatherings and never be allowed at a family gathering?
Can I make a point real quick before you answer? Yeah.
Welcome, Tricky Trev as well.
Hi, Tricky Trev. Are you talking about a mistake? Are you talking about something that is potentially illegal? And there's a big difference.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Has what Phillip Schofield done
illegal
been right now illegal?
Yes.
Has he been charged officially for doing something illegal?
Not at this point.
Are there going to be formal legal charges from the police there?
We don't know.
Nobody knows. I just want to welcome the new person to the stream. Hello, Harriet. How are you doing?
Let me say it to this point. Welcome, Harriet.
I just want to see who they are. So everyone just don't speak a minute, because this could be a potential porn bomber. We don't know, folks. It does happen. Hello,
Hi.
Harriet.
Hello. It's very interesting chat. I just wanted to join in and also add my 2 cents.
Oh, good. Okay, sorry, I just had to make sure you wasn't a porn bomber.
So continue, Gary.
And before we get into this, Rebecca, please come up on panel. Please come up, because Rebecca thought about coming up on panel, Penny.
Oh, Rebecca. Sorry a minute, Gary. Let me just welcome Harriet up first. Harriet, welcome to the live stream.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for. Do you believe that Phil should have gone?
Yes, I do. I very, very, very much believe that he should have gone. I mean, he's been in the public eye for many, many years. And, you know, we all believed in him. We all believed the image that he portrayed to us. And then suddenly he started a relationship with this young boy. And there are pictures of him when they were I think he took a picture when the boy was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
So I think he's been grooming him from a very, very young age. And also, I would like to know where was Matthew McGreevy's parents in all of this?
Very good question. Very good.
That's a very good question. Also, let me ask this. What happened with what's the relationship between Philip and his, is he still married to his wife?
Apparently so.
He is indeed married to his wife still.
Okay. What has she come out publicly and said anything on either her behalf or his behalf?
She said yesterday that she didn't know, but I don't believe that for 1 minute.
Okay, let's just play the devil's advocate. Maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she didn't know. I mean, he came out 3 years ago on the air, and that was the shock of the century.
No, it wasn't to people within ITV knew. It was an open secret. Everyone knew. It wasn't a shock. And also,
let me ask you this: did you know about it 3 years ago?
Sorry?
Did you know about it 3 years ago?
Yes, we all did.
Okay, so everybody there in England knew that Philip was homosexual.
Oh, yes. Fuck yes. Oh, fuck yes.
Everyone knew. So I personally believe that so do you believe that, who here believes that Holly should go? Jane first.
I don't.
Jane, do you believe that Holly should go?
Yeah, I think she should.
Yeah.
Any reason why you say that?
Gary, do you think she should go?
No, I don't.
No. Harriet, do you believe that Holly should go?
I think she should stay for the simple fact that they are work colleagues, and you know what somebody does outside of work is up to them. So I don't
Harriet, I
think,
agree. I agree with you.
I don't
Tricky
think
Trev?
Holly should be dragged into this.
Yeah, let's hear Tricky. Let's hear just some bloke, Tricky Trev. Do you believe that Holly should go?
Oh, fuck yes. Excuse
Yeah,
my
me.
French.
I do as well.
No, and the reason I believe it is she's complicit within the lie because she knew way back when it all started, because she must have, because of him being a runner and him being a nothing, basically a runner's the
Okay, can I just
the mud
Hang on a
your
minute,
boot.
Gary. Let Trevor. He hasn't spoken yet. Let him speak. Carry on, Trev.
No, being a runner is the mud on your boot, and for what he did, and seeing that he did the Christmas shows and was being fed alcohol, possibly underage by Phil. I'll keep my voice to myself.
And Holly did know, because at the NTAs in 2020, when Matthew blurted it all out, they threw him out. Phil had him thrown out in front of all the press. Matthew declared his true love for Phil in front of everybody. Dan Wootton, everybody was there, and he got thrown out, and he was begging her to come back in. And there's pictures of this. She knew, and she did nothing. She's just a nasty piece of work.
Oh no, she's completely complicit with this. Completely complicit.
Yeah, she is, and she just wants to save herself now. That's all.
Oh, this is her PR trying to save herself at the moment. Trust me.
Definitely, that's my opinion. So it's interesting to hear everyone's opinions. Now, if you disagree with anybody on panel, pop on up. This is Holly outside the NTAs. A drunk Matthew, he just declared his love for Phillip Schofield in front of everybody. So remember that behind closed doors, Phil would have been wooing and grooming this young man and making him feel the most amazing person in the world. And then in public, he would have been dismissing him. And overnight, it went from those two being glued together, which is what the staff said, to him being ostracized. And he gets thrown out, and he's trying to get back in and saying to Holly, let me back in. And this bodyguard's throwing him out. She knew this was in 2020. This is not nothing.
I will go along with you there, but the fact of the matter is, everybody is saying she was complicit. She was complicit in one aspect, okay? She kept a secret, okay? I can understand keeping a secret. I had to do it in my business for a specific personal reason, okay? Did I like keeping a secret? No. And the secret I had to keep, I kept for over 20 years. Was I complicit on what was going on? No. Okay? Holly may have known behind the scenes from the production of what was going on. But in order for her to maintain her job and her position,
yes,
she had to toe the company line.
Right, I've got a new caller on the line. Save Our Kids, Joe Blogs. Hello, welcome. Are you a porn bomber?
No, most definitely not a porn bomber. Sorry.
So you're not going to start flashing your bits at us?
Most definitely not.
Okay, Joe, I'm giving you a chance. Joe, what have you got to say? Do you think that Holly should go?
To be perfectly honest, the whole show needs to go. It needs to go. Full stop. I'm sitting looking and thinking back on my history being abused, and everything he done with that lad from being the 8 to 12-year-olds that was grooming, giving them gifts, praising them, making sure they were okay. That is grooming. Full stop.
Yeah, I agree. And Jane makes a good comment as well. We've got another Jane with another pussycat picture. A same looking pussycat, Jane. Oh, please. Her best friend is Fern Cotton. Fern Cotton, who went out with Ian Watkins. These people are all deviant. Spot on there, Jane. If you go digging a little bit, you will start to see that this is all involved. Yeah. Gary, this thing you're saying about keeping secrets, it does sound a little bit weird, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. Jane, how do you feel, love?
Yeah, I years and years ago have kept secrets for some people, and I made a pact with myself that I would no longer keep secrets for anyone, come no matter what. I'm done keeping secrets for anyone. If they've done something wrong, then they need to
Jane
stand up.
speak, please.
Thank you. If they've done something wrong, they need to stand up for what they've done wrong. I'm not gonna pull the wool over anybody's eyes to keep a secret for a person again. Not those big ones.
Kids are involved as well, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Won't do it.
Shona's got a question for Gary. Gary, are you in the groom cupboard?
The groom cupboard. Fucking hell. Sorry. Fucking hell.
Gary, are you in the groom cupboard? Gary looks shocked. Gary, is he frozen? Carry on, Harriet.
I also have a feeling that all of this whole circus is probably garnering up sympathy for the MAP people to come on the scene. You know,
for the what? Sorry, sweetheart.
For the minor attracted people.
Yes, I agree. The minor attracted people. Yes. Oh, Gary's gone.
But because suddenly, so people are now sympathizing with Philip, saying,
Yes.
"Oh, he might commit suicide." You know, a couple of days ago, it wasn't like that. It was like, lock him away. He's groomed this kid, but now everybody is actually on his side, and saying that he might commit suicide, etc., etc., etc. So you never know. There could be, a hidden hand pulling strings for all of these things.
Yeah,
things to fall into.
I agree. Thank you, Anglo-Saxon, for the £5 super chat. It says, Penny sister, I find it intriguing that the young lad, now a man, has not spoken out publicly. Stockholm syndrome thoughts. He did actually speak out yesterday. There was something in Political Light we spoke about 2 days ago, and he has actually defended Phillip Schofield and said that he did please 24 years ago, it's news article cracking. He actually defended him and said that he didn't groom him, and that he actually said that, and he said that he is basically soft. You lot are cracking me up in chat. Look at these comments. Gary's going to clear his hard drive. Gary is hiding with Gordon the gopher. Gary admits he's a groomer and then goes. You lot are cracking me up. I just want to say that I did not kick Gary, okay? If he interrupted Jane one more time, then that may have happened. Gary did a runner. Gary was giving, what was it? Gary was giving glitter vibes. Gary, you lot are hilarious. Sorry, Harry. Gary, are you a groomer? Vroom, he's gone. He's done a runner. Yeah, sorry. Carry on, whoever was talking.
I said, hello, Penny.
Hello, are you Shell Bell? I thought, so
yeah,
Shell
I am.
Bell. Oh,
yeah,
he's back. Gary's back. Bloody hell. Yeah. Shell Bell, you're the person who is not a who I thought was a girl, and not a girl. So welcome to the live stream. Gary is now back. So before I add him back again, Shell Bell, what do I call you?
Just call me. My name's Shell. Just say Shell. It's just that I've got it. I think I've got it on there. It says Sheridan in alphanumerical, but it's just that when
it's just a bit weird calling you Shell.
No, that was 15 years ago. I just put.
Oh, okay. Take care. Bite back. What is it? Sorry. Bite back is back. Take care. Have a good night's sleep. Gary is back, everybody. Gary.
Yes.
He disappeared.
I know I had to run upstairs to my sister-in-law. Sorry about that.
Okay, I hope you get our British humour. We
Yep. I will tell you this much. My situation was this. I was working for a family company. My father and my grandfather brought me into this family business. Back in 1986, I was working for the family business for about a year, and my father met somebody outside of his marriage. He was having an affair with this woman for more than 20 years. In order for me to keep myself in the business, I had to keep my mouth shut about his affair. Did I like it? No. Was I complicit on it? If you want to say I was complicit on it, then I will take the hit on that. I don't think that I was. I was doing it out of protection for me and my wife and our well-being. Do I think Holly is complicit? Yes. Do I think she should lose her position where she is? No. She was not a part of the affair. She was not a part of the relationship. She was on the exterior of that particular relationship.
Right, we've got a new caller, Gary. I totally understand what you're saying, but there was children involved. I think it's different. Hello, new caller, George Sharp. Welcome. You are on the air. Hello.
Good evening. How are you guys?
Are you a porn bomber?
Am I what?
Are you gonna porn bomb us?
No, I'm not.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to take your word for that.
We do
Right,
keep talking, though, you know.
Welcome.
No, I'm
Paul
kidding.
Thomas would say that. No, George, welcome. What are your thoughts on
My thoughts are, listening to that interview, I cannot believe Mr. Schofield has got the nerve and the gall to sit there and come out and blame everybody else, and to come out and use the son. He's paying his highly paid lawyers, scripted and planned, and you can see at the end of those interviews, he is definitely trying to hang on to his TV career. And I just can't believe.
Well, he did that second interview as well, didn't he? With the BBC just last night or something. Diane Whitten was explaining it.
Yeah.
I think that with the interviews, this is what my opinion is. Why aren't they asking the Sun and the BBC? They're not asking the pertinent questions that should be asked to him.
Yeah.
About photographs of him in a restaurant with that young child and other young boys. Where are them answers? What about the answers to ask him, what about when the boy was staying at your apartment every Thursday night? Why didn't they ask him that question?
Sorry. I totally agree with you, George. We have a new caller on the line as well, so I'm very sorry I've had to take everybody off. I just want to hello, Emma Kemp. Welcome to the live stream. Hello, caller.
Hiya.
Hello, sweetheart. Are you a porn bomber?
Definitely not.
Thank you very much, darling. You've just got to check. Right, how are we getting on, Jane? We've got 8. We can still take a couple more people up. Hello, Katie, sweetheart. How you doing? Baby Jane in the house. Right then, we can still take some more people. We're going to ask what Emma's thoughts are. Emma, did you watch the interview with us, love?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel, hun?
His interview for me was done to try and save his image.
I agree.
Most of it was bull. It was all for him, not anybody else.
Mm.
And fake concern for the lad because he didn't think about that when he did it.
Exactly, I agree.
Only now it's out in the open he thinks about the lad.
He changed the age because if you remember, if you noticed in the second interview, he said he was 21 years old. Whereas before, I think he said he was about 16, 17 years old is what he originally said, and that it wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and I also...
Yeah, I've noticed
that. Changed the age. that he reckons that he connected with this lad. Now, if there wasn't anything actually legally done there, it's the coerciveness, it's the grooming. I explained this in the chat, and I think, Penny, you liked it, but it's the fact that he lavished him with gifts, he took him on dates, he spoiled him, you know, and there's so many images of him, you know, when he was like 12, 13 years old with him, you know what I mean? And, you know, some of them dodgy images, aren't they, that you've shown us? It's just crazy. But there's definitely, you know, it's not right that a person in power in his situation is given you know, is able to do that to somebody that's so low down, offered him positions, given him what do they call it? He did his own, was it the screen run or something? Rather, I forgot what they call it now. But it's
show reel. Yeah, I did put it up. I had to mute some of it because it was copyright, so I had to mute some of it out, but you did get the gist. That show reel was actually cancelled and deleted, but again, once it's on the internet, you just don't, you're getting rid of it, isn't it? And it's out there. Gary's gone again. Gary, you lot are cracking me up in the closet. So we now have 7 people up. We can have some more. If you've got a thought on this, click the link. It is pinned. And come and give us your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm just going to ask. So we'll go back to Trevor. I didn't ask you what you thought of the interview, and then we'll go back through you all. Did you think the interview, was it convincing?
I watched the whole 44 minutes of that Foxy BBC interview, and God, I will never get that 44 minutes back of my life. I'm not going to say any more than that, but I will never get that 44 minutes back.
Sorry, we have a new caller, so I just need to welcome Phil Hoey. Welcome to the live stream, caller. Hello, how are you? Are you a porn bomber? Phil Hoey? You're not a porn bomber?
No, I'm definitely not.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you there, Trev.
No problem.
I'm just but thank you so much, Jamie Knight, for the £2 super chat. We've got 666 watching, Jane. That's concerning.
It's Phil.
Emma's a giggler. Could Emma be our first female porn bomber? We've got to watch that one. She's a giggler.
Definitely not.
No. I watched that 44 minutes of total shite.
Yeah.
And there's a Golden Globe, you know, waiting for him for the fucking actor that he was within that.
It was. I don't even think it was.
Excuse my French. In that.
Yeah, he might win a BAFTA for drama, really.
Well, do you know what? I don't think he would get a BAFTA. I think it was atrocious. So we just ask Phil how you call her. Phil,
right. Total shit. It was total shit.
It was bad. It was worse than Prince Andrew. Phil Hoey, welcome to live stream. What are your thoughts? Did you watch that interview?
Well, Penny, I'd just like to say I've only recently found you on YouTube due to this debacle. I think the work is amazing. I spend a lot of time on the road, and I've listened to practically everything on the mainstream media and alternative media over the last 6 to 7 days whilst out on the road. And whilst an awful lot of what people are seeing is edited, chopped up, I've got to say the guy's banged to rights, and I think that Matthew was groomed over a period of many, many years. I've watched and listened to all of the interviews, and frankly, everything that I've seen today has been choreographed, well rehearsed, and the PR company must be getting paid an absolute packet. And for such a supposed national treasure, I think he should be completely hung out to dry.
Penny, you've done a pucker job collating all the evidence together.
Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you.
And Penny, can I say something? Penny.
Sorry, we've got people backstage. It says here I can only have 10 people up. and it says I'm full. So 1, 2, 3,
Penny,
4, 5, 6,
Penny,
7,
it's
8.
George here. What I wanted to say to you is,
Hello, George. I'm just going to.
Penny, listen, you carry on digging.
Right.
Don't anyone tell you to stop digging, because the most repulsive thing will be, and this is my worry, I listened this morning, only for about 15 minutes, to that Channel 4, is it, what's it called? Vine, Jeremy Vine. And I saw on mainstream media, people started to say, oh yeah, but you know, he didn't break the law and he didn't this, and I think he should be given another chance. I thought, what? Are you joking? People have to find out the real truth, because he's banged to rights. It's there somewhere, Penny. The information and the wrongdoing is there somewhere.
The mainstream media at this point right now are fearful that he or one or both of them is going to top themselves, and no one wants to put the name to that. And that was one of the biggest things that Schofield hit upon in his interviews was, do you want me to die? Frankly, Rotary and trees are free, because he's a piece of work.
Yeah.
He's throwing out the suicide card, 100%.
That, and he pulled the homophobic card as well.
100%.
Yeah, but you know what, guys? When he said, if it wasn't for my daughter, I wouldn't be here, what they say is people that threaten it don't do it.
I lost my best friend.
I'm still here because I want to be here for my children. That's the way that he should have said it if he was going to say it. Instead of saying,
the way he
my
said
kids-
it, I didn't buy it. Did you?
Yeah.
They don't talk about it. They're the ones that do.
No, but also as a parent, wouldn't you
Right,
think that his kids are going to listen to that?
I've had to
Kids.
back.
Yeah.
All right, I've had to. Oh, have I got an echo? Hold on.
And no one in this day and age really cares about anyone being homosexual. 30 years ago, yeah. I mean, coming out 30 years ago could be understandable, but in this day and age, nobody really cares, do they?
A few people to add some people. So just bear with me a minute, guys. Okay, you might get dropped, but I will bring you back. All right, I will bring you back, folks.
Playing the suicide card was the lowest PR stunt I think I've ever seen on British television.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
I'll bring you back. I'll bring you back. Jane, guys, just bear with me. There's some people down here, but I don't know how to click on them. Look, see, it won't.
If you need to drop me, Penny, I can drop off.
No, Jane, you're fine, sweetheart. It's not anyone's fault. You guys don't leave that have gone back. It doesn't scroll down. There's some people backstage, and it won't let me add them. So just give me a minute, guys. Just bear with me.
We have technical difficulties right now.
Yeah, I've never had this many. I've just had to pay to upgrade. I've just literally had to upgrade my account to get you all in. So
yeah, because there were only 8 in here.
Yeah.
Now there's 2 of you.
There's 2 of me because what I've done. I've logged in on my phone. Just give me a minute.
Okay. Yeah, just hold on. Penny will get this all figured out here, and we'll get everybody back up, and the conversations will continue. These comments.
Right, I'm going to start adding people back. It looks like they've gone now. 2 new people came, and it wouldn't let me add them. It's still not letting me do it. There's still 2 people waiting backstage. It will not let me add them, even though I've just paid to upgrade, and it won't let me add them.
I don't think that upgrade will be instant.
Fantastic stream. Thank you, Phil. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if anybody else has ever had this problem, but they're just not showing up backstage. So I don't know why. I ain't got a clue. So it's not letting me add you. Okay, here we go. Somebody else is just letting me add somebody else in. if you want to join, can I ask you to leave and come back? If you're backstage, leave and come back. Okay. Right then, we have someone called Beetlebug, and it won't let me add you. And we have someone called Joe Blogs. I think you're up, aren't you? Joe Blogs, aren't you here? And then we have Shelbo. It won't let me add you back either. I don't know why. I have not got a clue. It won't let me. Right, guys, just bear with me while I'm trying to sort this out. I've just upgraded so we can have up to, I think it's 11, 12 people up. But for some reason, it won't let me scroll down the bottom, and I don't know why. So, right, okay, you guys.
Is everybody else's piano still in here?
Yeah, is everybody still here? So we now have 8 people up.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to pay. Of course not. I'm just struggling to get people up. Oh, blimey. We've got loads of people clicking the link. Joe Blogs. Have we got 2 Joe Blogs in here? Yes.
I'll drop out for a bit. So,
we're going to kick that one, and we're going to add
I'll drop out for a bit and
Here
come
we
back
go.
in a bit.
There you go.
Right, it looks like Gary's back. Is that Gary?
Yeah, I'll drop out for a bit, sweetheart, and I'll come back, yeah?
Yeah, I thought
I'll drop out and come back.
I don't get it, Jane, because I've got 8 people on panel, and it's saying I've got 3 people who want to come up, and I can't even see who they are. I can't explain it. I'd have to send you a photo.
Who is someone with no avatar?
No.
Yeah, who? Sorry.
Sorry, I'll drop out for a bit and come back in a minute, yeah?
Okay, yeah. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to drop a few people out, and then you can come back. So don't be offended, guys. I'm going to
Penny,
drop a few out.
All right, Penny, I just wanted to say your research is amazing. Your content is off the charts. Don't stop this, all right? Because we need people like you on the internet, especially from England. All right, I'm going to step down and just enjoy the rest of it. I might pop up. Don't stop this, all right? Because we need people like you on the internet, especially from England. All right, I'm going to step down and just enjoy the rest of it. I might pop up. Don't stop this.
Right, someone's got 2 tabs open. So.
Right, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you. Who is this, please? Hello, caller.
I am Seymour Kids, Joe Blogs.
You're Joe Blogs as well. We've just had you up, haven't we?
Yeah, I was on. I was trying to communicate with you.
Yeah, sorry, we had a few issues. The whole studio just had an absolute meltdown. Right then, here we go. Welcome back. So, are you a porn bomber? You're not going to porn bomb us, are you?
I tell you what, I'll tell you my life story.
We don't want your life story, mate. We just want to know how you feel about
this whole situation with Phillip Schofield, and I have to give you my story.
Well, it depends how long it is. We can't have entire life stories on.
No, it'll not be too long, so people can see how this guy is feeling, who still has abused. Okay.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, you go on then.
I'm a 12-year-old boy, a teacher who works in a school for people with, learning difficulties. I wasn't in his school, but he was a teacher there, and he would say, "Right, Bob, we'll drop you off at your school," because it's on my way to his school. Slowly but surely, he was buying, presents and gifts, and make me feel wanted, and in a young person's life, when they know that, they're getting everything that they want, but they know what's happening is wrong. It's very wrong.
Hello, Lydia. Right, I'm just going to have to stop you there. We have got a new caller as well. The thing is, we've got to get. There's a lot of people coming through, so we're having to give people a chance to give their views tonight. We're not going to have.
No problem.
Let me just see what Lydia. Hello.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Welcome. Are you going to porn bomb us?
Oh, do you know what? I'm good.
Okay, you're not in the mood for porn bombing. Okay, sweetheart. Welcome to the live stream, love. Can I just ask your thoughts first?
Well, I'm a retired psychiatrist, psychologist,
Yeah.
and I studied criminology. And I have to say, I was not blown away because obviously I'm nearly 60. I've literally interviewed a lot of people, let's say. Philip is literally you got to give him credit. He's the biggest master manipulator I've ever seen. The gaslighting was phenomenal. You know,
I agree.
I mean, I watched that interview the minute it
No,
came
I
out
can't
at
get
6
anything
a.m.
less. I'm not taking that for it. No, not happening. No.
Sorry, Penny. I watched that interview the minute it came out on iPlayer at 6 a.m. this morning, and I watched it, I'll be honest, 3 times because I thought, no, come on, don't be biased. The holes in that story, he said, I could quote loads of lies. I haven't counted them up yet, like the 117 that Meg and Harry did, but I could honestly say he said his wife was okay with it, but she made a statement yesterday saying she was devastated. Bang, lie one. Then he's saying, I'm not manipulative. I've also studied body language. He's shaking his head. It's amazing. This guy has literally, I mean, like Dr. Ange, I've studied him as well. There are compromising photos of him all over the internet. And it's like, I look at this and I think, where did it become so comfortable that grown men, I mean, we're talking a grandfather's age because I'm a grandmother. Where did it become comfortable making friends with a child, with a 10-year-old child?
Yeah,
What has this country become? What has this country become?
It's the woke bosses, that Caroline McCall, that his Fizzle guy, whatever his name is.
Yeah, and you know something? Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you.
I have turned your mic up, Licia. Sorry, I have turned your mic up because we couldn't hear you. People are on about the sound. It's a bit quiet. Can I just go back to what was your name? Save Our Kids, Joe Bloggs. Have you got a shortened version? Because we've got so many people up tonight, we can't have individuals telling live stories on this show. We do other shows like that where you can call up about anything, but because we've got a full panel, we have to respect everybody. But I do totally agree with you, Licia. Spot on, love, spot on. Are you going to tell us that you were groomed by your teacher?
Yeah.
Joe Bloggs. Sorry. He's gone again now.
But the neighbour of mine,
Oh, he's muted. Yeah, if you're not talking, can you mute? Because we're getting a bit of rustling in the background, unless you're dead quiet. Yeah, so
Can you hear me now?
So you were muted by you. Sorry, you were groomed by a neighbour.
Yeah, he was a teacher, and literally, he was starting to. So he's going to go for a walk, to want to buy presents. I'll give you all these petrol vouchers to go and, claim, the old SO, prizes that you could get. And slowly but surely, he was getting to the point where it was getting sexual, the touching, is it okay if I give you a kiss on the cheek? And You know, and when
Yeah,
you're at that
a little
age,
bit too. Yeah, this is a little bit too much now. Too much information. Do you
when
believe
you,
that Holly should go? Is the question.
yeah, most definitely. She's got
Yeah,
it.
and me.
She's knew everything.
Come
Yeah,
She's
on,
got it.
Holly
She
knew.
has.
I agree. We've got a
She's
new
been on
person,
holiday.
Jane. Jane B.
She goes on
Uh,
holidays with us. She knows what his sexual needs
Holly
are.
knew. Holly
Yeah.
knew.
I agree.
Can you hear me?
Ninety-eight percent agree with us there. You know, about Holly. She knew.
I agree. I think Gary was wrong, but Gary was entitled to his opinion, like we all are. We've got Jane B here. I just want to say hello, Jane. Welcome to the live stream. How are you, hun? Are you a porn bomber?
Not tonight, Penny, for definite.
I didn't think you were in the mood tonight, love. How you doing, sweetheart? Have you just been watching the interview with us, or did you watch it today?
Yeah, I've been watching it with you. I've also sent you quite a lot of information just lately about how deep this is. This is so deep and so convoluted that
I agree.
so deep. I mean, you've only got to think about the only 4 people that Jimmy Savile had on his friends list and he messaged was Phillip Schofield, Jonathan Ross, Russell Brand, and the last one's just gone out of my head. But they are the only people that he messaged ever. This goes to the BBC, to ITV, James Grant Management, YMU, who is allegedly Phillip Schofield, or who's just dumped Phillip Schofield. You only have to go on their website to see who they represent.
Makes me think why the BBC have now stepped in and done this interview with Phillip Schofield. Is this a way for the BBC to try to protect themselves away from the Savile situation?
Well, the BBC
Oh, trust me, this goes real deep. This is deep.
You're spot on there, sweetheart. You're spot on. It does.
It's so deep. I mean, I know, obviously, my parents had restaurants and stuff in London. I have friends that work in television. And I'm telling you, this is so deep. I mean, go online and search. There are 130 convicted certain persons that are sitting in Parliament. They are sitting in Parliament. And look what happened today. One resigned. This is so deep. It covers so many things that, as a conspiracy realist of over 30 years and experiencing, also, I grew up a little bit in care. I witnessed a lot of stuff. And I am telling you, this is so deep. I mean, geez, you wake up every morning and you think you're doing stuff your whole life. And then you get flashbacks and you think, geez, why are these people still on telly? Why are these people still in Parliament? Why are these people still prominent? And poor people, poor working class people, children, victims that don't have the money to have a voice. They don't have the money because the system suppresses them. I'm totally disgusted. I'm beyond disgusted. I'm beyond shocked.
Are you the lady that emails me?
About what?
I've emailed you quite a lot of times just lately, Penny.
Have you? Someone emails me every day. Is that you who emails Andrew Bridgen as well?
Oh God, it's not me.
Oh, okay. It's all right. It's okay.
Do you know I'm retired, but I still do. I work in charities for children, and I do counsel.
Who was the other one that said they emailed me? Sorry, who emails me?
I emailed you with you with the information about YMU and James Grant.
You did, Jane, yeah. Thank you.
I also emailed you with the connections.
Oh, I know that.
Or ITV and the shares that they have at BlackRock and Vanguard have shares in ITV.
Yeah, they
Thank you. Someone is literally saying this.
Yeah, they do have shares.
And where are they all now? They're all in Moldova. Prince Charles has got a house
in Romania? Where are they all now? Are they in the forests?
Yeah.
It's all
This
going
is so sickening. It's so deep.
And this is why when people say to me, "Oh, we've had enough of hearing about Phillip Schofield now, talk about something else," you don't get it. These people don't get what this is about. Some people may be doing it for views on YouTube. This has got absolutely nothing to do with views on YouTube. This is about what is happening. Is everyone's talking about, because people are shocked, because if the public knew what actually goes on, people would literally be jumping off cliffs. People would be in mental institutions if the public knew really what goes on. Take care, Jamie. Thank you for everyone who's been here. I'm going to be getting off shortly. I just wanted to get your views up then. There's been lots and lots of different things coming up.
Penny, can I just say something?
Yeah.
Phillip Schofield is a little icicle of what's really going on.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely.
the best way to describe this, Penny,
He's a little chip on your ice cube. This is so big and deep, and they've got deep pockets.
the best way to describe it, I
You know,
think, is
when
like-
you've got the police and CPS ruining people, victims, and using mental health as an excuse, it's mind-bending.
Well, obviously, his lawyers that are backing up at him and taking that 30 grand a week. They all must be peeing in the same pot, man. I mean, it's just incredible. Your information, by the way, darling, is brilliant. Thank you for telling us. But,
No, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, because it's just
And
taking
you know what? He's right. Why did on that interview, the BBC one, he went to the BBC, okay, red flags, and then what did he say? I instructed lawyers for Matthew. Why did you instruct lawyers?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a cover up, isn't it? We all know it.
And he went, when was the last time you spoke to Matthew? When I instructed lawyers. He didn't say a few weeks ago. That's what he should have said. Actually, it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he's
I think that I don't necessarily always agree with everything that Katie Hopkins said.
Penny, I have to give you some credit, okay?
Oh, thank you,
because
darling.
no, you broke the story of where he was living in Cumbria at a pub, and he'd left. And do you know what? Today, the Sun newspaper said, "Oh, he's living in a pub."
No, he's not
And I
anymore.
thought, you are a joke.
Yeah.
I knew this days ago. You broke the story. And I emailed them and I said, "You're disgusting, reporting fake news."
Yeah.
Like, you broke the story.
Do you know the interview with the Sun? Who does he have in the Sun? Did you see how timid the interviewer was? It was almost sickening. They were so timid. Oh, Philip, the way they were asking questions, I thought, is this for real? No one posed any.
Even the BBC interviewer. Did you see him at the beginning?
Absolutely.
He was putting words in Philip's mouth.
Absolutely.
Nadia.
They should have let
He was
him
putting
interview him.
words in Philip's mouth.
Right. Okay. So Emma's still here. Is it Emma?
Yeah.
Emma Kemp, are you still here, darling?
I am.
Yeah. Have you got anything you want to add? Hello, Nadia. Hello, love. Have you got anything you want to add, sweetie?
I was just wondering, with his interview, did anyone else notice the slip up about the coming out, the WhatsApp group named Event?
No.
Yeah. He mentioned it.
Was it
It
in the
slipped
bit that
up.
we watched? Or
He
was
said we, then quickly changed to I. So I think Holly knew more than she's letting on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Holly
you don't
Willoughby
like it, LS, then you know what to do, don't you?
Holly Willoughby's best friend is Fern Cotton, who went out with Ian Watkins from the Lost Prophets, and also Fern Cotton has massive connections to the BBC because her big relation was Billy Cotton, who was part of starting the BBC. So that's a rabbit hole in itself.
Exactly.
So
And
many
also,
people
this
channel
feels
that
like
know
a
what they're
cover up
talking
within a
about.
cover up.
I just noticed that slip up, but I thought, oops, you've just exposed yourself.
So was that in the bit that we watched, or was that in another? I
It
didn't
was
play the whole thing.
BBC when they was on about the coming out, and he just said about it was all
Yeah,
done
it was
with a
in the
group
chat. You're
WhatsApp.
right. It was.
And then he said, I, and I'm like, slipped up.
Yeah. LS is Philip, probably. Jane, the other Jane, American Jane. Jane, are you still here, darling?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You okay? It's got a bit mad at one moment. I apologise. It literally, the system, we broke the system. It came up and it said, you've got too many people on, error. Upgrade now. So I've just paid extra money to upgrade, and it hasn't let me add anybody else on anyway, which has peed me off.
Penny, they might. It's that 24-hour thing, isn't it?
Well, it said upgrade now, so I've upgraded to the top one. I was already on a paid one. I was paying £25 a month. Now I'm paying £50 a month. So I don't know. Maybe when I come away and come in again, I don't know.
Penny, because I upgraded on mine, and it said that I had to wait 24 hours.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to
24 hours. It told me as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's your answer.
Well,
So you'll be all right
hopefully
tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.
Can I say something, Penny? Can I ask you something?
Yes, you can, darling.
Right. Hopefully, you've heard of Marina Abramovich.
Yeah.
Right. She's besties with Podesta.
Who's just gone then? Oh, Jane's gone. The other
a lot.
Oh, I hear
It's a
child.
lot on the internet.
Yeah, sorry, that one's mine.
And there are.
I'll mute you a second.
Sorry, Penny, can you hear me?
Yeah. Carry on.
So, Podesta and Marina Abramovich, look at her artwork. There are people all over the internet, all over MSM, that are exposing her. There's an ex, I don't want to say prostitute, because do you know what? You make money where you make money. But she admits she was a prostitute.
This
so
is the
she
one that
knows
does all that
a
spirit
lot. She
cooking
was
shit.
in the
I know
70s and 80s.
Yeah,
She said,
ago.
Yep, she said there were child auctions wherever they were having an art show. There's an art show coming up. And the last one was near Charing Cross. So
we're going to have to stop there, love, because they'll take us off
are
air.
promoting this show.
No, we're going to have to stop there because they will take us off air now. So we need to not.
Okay, I'll stop.
Penny, I'm going to go. So I'm going to go off air. I just want to say before I go, please, can you get this conversation, especially that other lady that's been speaking. I'm really enjoying this conversation and taking on this information. Please keep going, Penny, and I'll be tuning in. This conversation, I love it because we've got to do something about it. All right. So thanks very much.
We also have to keep within. You see, the thing is, it's difficult because if I go and say all the things I want to say, which is what I used to do, I just kept getting kicked off. So we have to play in their rules, and we can go to Rumble, but we're not going to reach new people. We're going to be in an echo chamber. We need to stay on here, and we need to reach as many normies as we can, and we have to keep going. And if we go in too hard, too fast, all we're going to do is shock people, which is what's happening here. People are like, don't be so stupid. That's ridiculous, because it does sound ridiculous. And we've got to do carefully, you know, we've got to be careful how we do this. But I'm going to end this now anyway, because it is 11 o'clock at night and I've not had anything to eat yet.
I respect all the work you do, Penny, and thank you.
I understand how YouTube works. I've been taken off that many times now. I know exactly what the triggers are.
Oh, God. It's mad, isn't it? You're taken off so many times and you have to reinvent yourself.
What's your name, darling? The one that's been speaking now. What's your name? Who?
Is it Lycia? What do you want George to call you? Is it Licia? I'm looking at your name on here on the screen. So if you
Penny,
take
I'm
that off
logging off
there.
now, so I'll say good night. Keep
Good
up the
night,
good
Joe
work
Blogs.
because you
I
are
hope
doing really,
Yeah,
really
forward
good
my
content.
name, what my new YouTube name is, and
I've got you, Licia. I've got you. Listen, it was brilliant.
yeah,
guys.
and then I'll contact him.
Okay, listen, thanks. Goodbye to everyone. Good night, Penny. Speak to
Good
you
night,
soon.
George.
Brilliant. You've all been brilliant.
Cheers.
Thank you
Guys.
for a good night, Penny. Take care. Have a good
Lots
night.
of love, guys. Yeah, I'm going to get
You
off.
too. Bye bye.
We've had so much to get through tonight,
Will
haven't
you
we?
stop biting me, Oscar, you little twat? Hey,
Get some
Penny.
rest, Penny.
Does he not know he's not gone? Don't know.
Oh, trust me. I'm 59, maybe, and I know technology. Maybe he don't.
I've just had to kick him. Jane, thank you. Now, usually we'd have like a few hours call-in show, but because there's been so much to talk about with the Phillip Schofield thing, half of the show, probably more than half of the show, has been talking about Phillip Schofield, which is why we didn't have as long to get on. So we'll have an extra call-in show, maybe Sunday night. Let me see how the weekend's panning. We might have an extra show because there was probably a lot more that we could have got through today. And also by then, the extra places would have freed up on the panel because I've had to upgrade. I just want to say, if anyone wants to help out with this extra software, it'd be great. You know, I know someone's just bought 3 coffees. I want to say a massive thank you to Julie for that. How kind. Thank you so much. And just thank you. Yeah. Me and Al have been talking, Gail. So Vicky, sorry. And we are going to be, me and Al, my hubby, are going to be doing a stream on the Curious Bunny. It might be tomorrow night. It depends if we're going out. This is completely change of topic. It's going to be on my other channel. But he has been reading a book on Area 51. So if you're into anything like that, I know some people are, some people aren't. That's fine. We're going to be discussing Area 51, and he's got some information on all the shit that's been going on there and under the ground and under the tunnels and the technology and all that shit. And I know a lot of people are into that. Some people aren't. But if you want Al to be on the stream, he's going to be talking to you all with me about this book. So probably on tomorrow night, probably. Sorry, Phil's back. I'm just going to end now, Phil, but I think he obviously wants to say something.
Penny,
Phil?
Penny, let me say something quick. You said Area 51.
Yeah.
Right.
In the Nevada desert.
Yeah, Dr. Stephen Greer.
Yeah, he's a shill.
Research him.
Oh, I already have. I
Dr.
know who he
Stephen
is.
Greer. He's
Yeah, I know.
amazing. And also, Caroline Flack's mother has just made a statement on TV.
Yeah, I'm going to make a video when I come off here. Thank you so much, Free Speech, for that. No, you
You're
don't like that,
Penny.
Vicky. I'm
Brilliant.
sorry, look. You don't like Area 51? Oh, Greer. No, it's got nothing to do with Greer. No. No, Greer's just a shill. I want nothing to do with it. No, this is somebody else. She's written books on him. Basically, the person who's written this book has done books on MK Ultra. She's done what she does. She does freedom of information requests. Thank you, Joey. She does freedom of information requests. She gets all the information that has come out from the CIA files that have now become public, and she writes books on them. So she's done books on all these
Penny, you sound like a Dalek.
Linda Moulton Howe?
Yeah, that's it. Do you know who she is, Jane?
I think she's a shill, but that's my opinion.
Well, Al wants to talk about this book. So, and the thing is, Jane, there's a lot of, on the Curious Bunny, there's a lot of alien type people that are into that sort of stuff. Do you know?
I mean, not all her stuff
anyway,
is.
Whoever can hear me, brilliant chat tonight.
Yeah.
So respect Penny. Totally respect Penny.
Thank you, darling.
She does amazing work. So I'll log in whenever. So
all right, sweetheart.
Put my details to that guy, and hopefully all chat soon. All take care, love and light.
And
take
you,
care.
sweetheart.
Bye.
Lots of love.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you for
okay,
providing
Phil.
this platform for all of us to be able to
Thank you,
also
Harriet,
express our
sweetheart.
opinions. Yeah, but I also, lastly, I would also like to add that I think this whole Philip Schofield thing goes down deep into Satanism.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think that's where it is all heading to. It's the same
Yeah,
with
no,
Philip
I agree.
Schofield. It's the same with Rolf Harris. It's same with Gary Glitter. I think when they join whatever, whether it's the Illuminati or whatever, it gets to a certain point where they have to, siphon the life force of young children. And unfortunately, when they get into that sort of lifestyle, they become addicted to it as well. It becomes part of them.
No, I totally agree. But again, we've got to. Someone spoke about this last week and lost the channel, so we can't talk about that as such. It's not. We will lose the channel. We will lose the channel, and I've worked my arse off now to keep this. I've lost it. I've got it back. I've lost my other one. I've got it back. So all I'm going to say is that just because I'm so used to now what you can and can't say, just be guided by me. So if someone comes up and I say, right, we can't say that, not having a go at anybody, and it's totally not your fault, Harriet, because you didn't know. But that's just be careful, because even if we have to use code words, like we have to. It's the algorithms. The algorithms pick up something. Now, what's happened in the past? We've actually had Google moderators come into my chat, and they have been deleting my own comments. They override me on my channel. I've wrote in my own chat, and they've actually deleted it. It says deleted by Google moderator, because the algorithms have alerted them, natural humans, that these are talking about this, and they pick up on the words that we say. So we've got to be really, really careful. So I don't mean to offend anybody. I just want to keep this protected so that we don't want to lose this now, because we're getting some truth out, and I think it's good, but we've just got to be careful we don't blow people's minds too much, because then people get freaked out, and then they're like, that just sounds ridiculous, and then you lose them.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. It's just the way it is.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but I totally agree with you. Whether it is that or
like we live in the age of censorship, so we can't really say what the truth is.
It's difficult, yeah. But do you remember that, Mouse Nation? But we can, to a certain degree, if we use code. So I've learned how to get around certain things with code. So, for example, the CV, the illness, we call the plague. For the injections, I call the prick. So, plague and prick, and then I ended up staying on. Now, a lot of channels got taken down. I got taken down, then they ended up coming back. So we can't talk about the adreno thing either in chat. So just be careful. So yeah, and it can. Yeah, you're right, Vicky. It can be a rubber. Right, I'm going to go now. LS, I've been out in the fresh air today. I did a live stream out in the fresh air. I was out the other day again. So look, if you want to carry on being a dick, you will get timed out, because you're starting to irritate people in the chat. And my moderators have got full control. Gary the Dinghy Diver is here. Plague and Prick Sanaka Rock Band. It really, really does. Right then, guys, I'm going to shut this down now. Shell Bell, thank you so much. What do I call you again? What's your name? Sheridan?
Sheridan, yeah, but just call me Shell.
It feels weird calling you Shell, but I'll try. Thank you, Rachel M. Thank you to everybody. No, they're not silent. Could be 77 Brigade, darling. They probably are. Hello, Joanne. Right, we're going to close this off now. It's been a great stream. I've had to get so much in, and then we've had a call in as well. So thank you so much. Harriet, thank you for calling first time tonight. And hopefully you'll call in again, sweetheart. I'd love that.
Yes, thank you.
Right, good night. Right, I'm going to say good night now, folks. Jane, do you want to say good night to chat?
Yeah, I'd like to. Good night, everybody in chat.
Got it. Did you like Jack's, Gary? Right, good night, everybody. Lots of love. Take care. Bye-bye.